Futures back to the upside here this morning once again in a pretty big way. Full percent right now for the Nasdaq. We're pushing towards 1 full percent for the S&P 500 as well. Coming on the back of a bit of a back and forth day yesterday. We get comments from Fed Chair Powell that initially pushes the market back to the upside. Trump comes in late in the day and squashes that right back downside with more China-related, who knows, tariff talk, I guess. We'll touch on that coming up here. A number of individual movers really pushing the market, tech specifically, back to the upside. There's an Nvidia upgrade today from HSBC, helping Nvidia back higher right now, going to 320 on the price target. Oracle, Microsoft, more tech tie-ups to discuss as well. That's how things are looking right now. As I mentioned, 1 full percent. Top right corner there for the Nasdaq. S&P futures 0.75 to the upside. Dow positive by 0.5%. The VIX downside coming on the back of what happened going back to last Friday. Big move down, obviously. We had a huge spike in the VIX coming off a little bit here. Good to see. Worth noting as well, bonds coming off a little bit. The long end of the curve a little bit weaker this morning as well, also helping to the upside. Miss Adara back beside me once again this morning. What a day yesterday was.
Yeah.
Lots for you to talk about.
Oh, it was a really fun day for me personally, as Sean and I actually discussed on the recap last night as well. But yeah, why not just have Trump come in here with, I think, like 20 minutes left of the day to send the market to the downside because he has some issues with the treatment of soybean farmers in the U.S. That's what happened here. Now, actually, and you can find this on our Trader TV Live watch list, soybean-related stocks are doing really well. One of the tickers is Seed. There's also COOT. There's a lot in this space that are really gapping to the upside with this specific catalyst. So yeah, I guess non-Chinese soybean plays could be a trade here. But as Brendan mentioned, I think tech is really the way to go. Oracle, it seems like every day now for the last week, they've had some kind of 8 a.m. press release announcing some or other company. Yeah. So interesting look for sure.
More deals to come potentially here. If you're wondering what we're talking about, as far as the overall market is concerned, it was this big ugly red candle yesterday. Again, as Adara was saying about 20 minutes ago in the day, we get this huge flush on that Trump truth post regarding China. Here we are this morning, though, back above not only that level, but the highs from yesterday and then some on the back of strength from tech. As we said, Scott Bessent talking currently. He was supposed to come through at 9:15, or at least he was on the calendar for 9:15. Maybe that was actually 8:15. But anyways, just be careful here if you are watching the market. Some comments from Scotty B, guys. Good morning.
Scotty B.
Scotty B. Why
Mr.
not?
B, Mr. Bessent.
Yeah, Mr. Bessent making moves. The president, the one that makes the move.
Yeah, I mean, cooking oil is a big concern right here. Soybeans, cooking oil, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of small cap.
I didn't realize that there was all those stocks.
Like first of all, none of those stocks on the watch list in play here, like CBUS.
Am I hearing Randy in the background?
Yes, you are.
There he is.
What did you think of the that egg dish
with the tofu?
Very strange dish we got.
I ain't eating that.
Rob and I just had this discussion. It was kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
You have it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever had. It was just.
How was Thanksgiving?
Indifferent. Thanksgiving was awesome. I'll tell you why.
Did you?
Took my wife to Montreal.
Oh, yes, that's right.
For 3 days.
I know this story, actually.
And we pulled into a restaurant and sat down on Saturday night. And Justin says, "Hey, aren't you Randy from Trader TV Live?" And I said, "Well, I could be." Yeah, Montreal of all places.
Randy.
So had a good chat. He's a regular watcher. Justin, you're not in the chat, but get on the chat, dude. Regular watcher, said he watches every day.
Come on, Justin.
What did you eat at the restaurant?
Steak.
Steak. Okay.
And the keg.
Okay.
My wife's favorite. And we had a great weekend. Good weather. I love Montreal. So shout out to you, Justin. Keep watching, dude. I had a great time. And that was Thanksgiving. So, yeah.
Good, man.
Get in the chat, Justin.
Get in the chat.
All right, well, that's a nice story. Good, yeah.
I'm actually good.
No, never. Yeah.
I'm good. I just made.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Usually I'll get one, but.
Yeah, I never get recognized. Randy recognized.
Randy.
Randy. In Montreal. So Montreal about 5 hours away from here. So that's nice to see. There was like one banana left. So
I feel like.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. You have 2 bananas.
So like
as
all
well,
4
Neil.
of the bananas that were in the tray are now ours, apparently.
That's what happens.
Well, I mean, early bird gets the worm, or in this case, the
or
banana.
just Randy gets the.
Well, that's true. So like we're talking about like the soybean, cooking oil stocks. Coot is an oil seed stock that's up like 340%, mostly because it was a penny stock yesterday, so it was like 97 cents or whatever it closed at, and that's after the rally in the afternoon. Like in the aftermarket, it went absolutely nuts. So you also have the nuclear names in play. SMR is on mine because the U.S. Army wants to power bases with reliable nuclear power. So SMR, NNE, those are all going to be in play today. Watch out for that. Look for continuation on Walmart because they had that big news yesterday, OpenAI, and then yesterday AMD had it was AMD, Oracle, and then Walmart, OpenAI. Who was the other one with OpenAI? There was two. OpenAI deals. Walmart was the one that actually was better.
Oh, AMD and Oracle and OpenAI. There was some stories.
Everyone's partnering with OpenAI these days.
50,000.
Yeah, I like,
for the bank stocks, I mean, today we have BAC starting to go upside as well.
Morgan crushed it.
Morgan Stanley, BAC, all nicely up. There's 3.5%, 4%, sorry, for Bank of America. Now pulling back. This was actually up more than what this was. And we saw yesterday where the markets really hit the banks early. And then they rallied a little bit near the end, right? And so there's yesterday. Morgan didn't even report yesterday, and they had basically a nice day. And then JP Morgan, the move yesterday was down and then up, and then now it's just not doing anything here today. But if you look at yesterday's move, whoops, the whole market went down, then it made its way all the way back up. So even JP Morgan today, right now, looking to take this out. Even these levels right here, not horrible, 309. For JPM if they hop on the back of the rest of these banks. So SoFi pretty impressive here this morning as well. I mean, up to 28.50 again for SoFi as that just continues to climb in. I love this. This is my most recent buy was SoFi, so we're really happy with that, trying to diversify a little bit there. And then the next one to buy at some point, although we had a great opportunity yesterday at 212 on Amazon. So what's up, Sebastian? Yeah, man, we're not gone. The Dream Team is back, and the Chaos Katina Club is here as well. We don't have Sharif again today. Hopefully he starts feeling better at some point. We'll have Obi in on the midday, which is always great, teaming up with Joe, so that'll be good. Yeah, Joe's here. Yeah, Joe's here. He's always chilling. I don't think Joe has taken one sick day. That is my guy. Shout out to Joe, man, healthiest man around. I don't think Obi either. Obi always says yes to everything. We always ask him, so we want to see. Yeah, exactly. We purposely don't get Obi sick. He cannot.
You can't.
Get.
He's the one that
so.
Can't get. He can't get.
Yeah. And of course, I had a couple of days off last week with my eye, and then that's about it, man. I think I have maybe one day. You're not sick too often either, so hopefully we can get going. Knock on wood around here. I was saying to Brendan, the healthiest guy here, Sharif. Sometimes you gotta take a couple of days off, and we hope that he gets better. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. That's the other thing. You don't want to feel ill on holiday season.
That's the worst.
Because then you can't see family, and then when you do, you feel bad about it. So I hope Sharif feels better. I don't know if he's watching. Thanks again. The Sharif's note is out, by the way. So it is. Even though this guy, not here. Yeah, you could just basically go into here for $5 a month. You hit join right there, and you now get all of these cool emojis, and you get the members only research note as well. So you can go grab that post up on our page if you become a member. And it is everything that you think it is, man. It's an absolutely, here, I'll bring it down for you here. This is just, I've already opened it right here, but it's all of the news. So here's Bank of America. It's not, these are key support and resistance levels. It's all the news and notes about Bank of America. There's ASML. Wow, what a stock that's been. Alphabet, Waymo, a whole bunch of stories about Waymo. It's not just a story. This is, what else is Alphabet doing? What's their U.S. footprint looking like? What is London and other partnerships looking like in London when we talk about Waymo? Then you got Elon Musk. Here's some different things about him. What happened the last time this happened? What are the legal fallouts? All of this is here for 30 cents a day or something like that. It's $5 a month just so we can put this out. So we want to say a big shout out to Sharif there for doing all that work for us, and Adara and everybody that works, Brendan and Neil, everybody that works on that morning report. I don't know what it's called, but morning report, I guess. So we want to thank Sharif.
Do we even have a name? We don't really have a...
I think it's called Sharif's Morning Note. I think it's literally called that or something like that.
Okay.
Right, Brendo? Do we have a name for that yet? Yeah, I think it's something like that. So anyways, go grab it. And we want to thank everybody for that. And $5 a month. Definitely, that membership is starting to rocket up there, so go grab
the detail on it is fantastic. And you mentioned ASML.
Yeah.
That stock I mean, just rocket, absolute rocket ship. And another 4 points today. People are going to call AI a bubble, and these guys are doing it with China concerns too.
China,
and that's a big deal because ultimately that was a big thing that was kind of holding that down for a lot of this year. And the breakout is very, very real in ASML. Probably it's not a day trading stock, I don't think, for a lot of people. Some people might look at it in Europe or something. So if you do trade the stock or look at it, just remember the primary market is Amsterdam. So when Amsterdam closes, it tends to have this big volume spike at 11:30. But a lot to look at today. I love those nuclear names. Definitely gonna be paying attention to them. Okay, I'm gonna try to do some work on the. I keep chuckling over this like COOT stock. It's like. Doesn't even matter. It's going to do a couple 100 million shares today, this COOT.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you got to look for. So you got to think about what the next thing. And yesterday, just quickly here, and then we'll go back over at 6% at now for HUT 8. We had this trade yesterday, which is fantastic. It fell down near the end of the day. We were out of this. I didn't even realize we came back into 50 there right at 4 o'clock. But there it goes up to $53 again there. HUT 8, a new EWJ, Eric Jackson. Play in HUT 8, calling it a big infrastructure AI play. So we'll wait to see if HUT 8 can get going as well. $50 looks like be a pretty good level there. I could potentially put this one on the watch as well. Look, everybody, man, get into the chat like ASAP. Be a subscriber, get into here. We have a new chat feature, so I'm just showing this right now for you. We will call up some important chats that we see. We'll put them right on the screen. If Andre sees one or we see one, we'll call it right up there as well. Plus your super chats will appear there. If you need to ask Neil or I an individual question, or Obi or Joe, or Brendan or Adair, anybody, just simply tag us and let us know what is going on. I'm going to go see.
I had to. I love that one. Who gives the flying coot?
Yeah, Trump all about cooking oil now. So some of these cooking oil stocks are starting to rip up. Oh, what cut of steak, by the way? Because now that you're talking about steak, I can't.
Filet. I mean, I love their sirloin, but we both had fillets, and it was just yeah.
And that's what. Yeah, you got to go to what you go to.
Yeah. Got to have some bacon and some appies, and it was just
okay.
Good stuff.
What goes on? I always have to have some mushrooms.
Yes.
Or maybe even asparagus.
Mushrooms from
twice baked potato there.
Always the garlic mash twice baked. It's fantastic. And then we walked 11 kilometers on Saturday.
Attaboy.
Got her, and Montreal's like this.
It's a good walk. It's good to walk though.
Oh yeah. We had beautiful weather. We had lots of shops and traffic on the way there. Thanksgiving traffic. Yikes.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Coming home on Sunday though.
It was okay. Because you came home Sunday, the holiday was Monday.
Car got to stretch his legs a little bit on the highway. It was nice. It was good times.
That's actually smart coming back.
Good. What's this cooking oil thing all about?
And you came back married still. Nice. That's always a success. All right. That's why the wife and I don't go.
Aim the bar high. Got to aim that bar high. Oh, and we got a super chat.
What's up with that?
I still like it this way. What's
up, Wee?
Just thank you for the super chat.
Yeah.
No question. All good. See, that's the thing. Like, if there was a comment with it, then I would show it. But it's just thank you for the super chat
no
right
comment,
there.
So we can't show. That's what he was saying.
I have a sudden urge for some honey right now. I don't know why.
Yeah, Wee. That's
That's a
pretty cool.
I like that.
Picture, whatever you call it.
Icon? No, not icon.
No. Something.
Avatar? No.
Yeah, I think Avatar.
No, it's like more of a profile pic, isn't it? Or is it an avatar?
Profile pic.
Whatever.
Yeah, all right. We've got, what's up, Paula Abdul. We've got, in the chat there, we've got Nvidia written down as our #1 target today. See you, Nvidia. I'm coming after you, ASAP. All right, let's go, man. Sorry to all the Brewers fans, you suffering the same fate as our Blue Jays, where you have 2 home games and you shit the bed in both of them. But we are coming back strong tonight.
Bieber's on the mound. Tonight's not the night I'm worried about.
The Blue Jays win tonight.
They're winning tonight. It's game 4 I'm worried about.
One of our best games was our bullpen game, but we don't, last series, but we're not doing that again. So
instead, we're going to start like the worst pitcher we have on the roster in game 4.
Yeah, but we signed him for a reason. Let's see if Scherzer can do something. I mean, we got him for the playoffs. Right, Randy? You have faith in Max Scherzer?
No, you don't.
Yes, he does.
No, you don't.
Hey, man. If Captain Filet back there has some faith in my guy, so do I. Oh man! All right, let's go back over to the desk and figure out what
What's Coot going to do?
There are talking about.
I didn't even hear a word you said. CFO of Morgan Stanley talking right now, just a heads up. If anybody is watching these banks, BAC MS, the two with earnings today, that's what BAC is looking right now, but there are some comments coming through from Morgan Stanley as well, so just tread lightly if anyone is dealing with the banks right now. It looks like Bessent is still talking. I mean, typically whenever Scott Bessent talks, the market goes up. Yes. Not really doing a heck of a lot right now as far as price action is concerned. Just seeing a comment here for Wells Fargo as well. Looks like their CFO is maybe making some comments. A number of positive analyst moves I saw on the back of these bank earnings today, including one for WFC, BAC. I mean, yesterday we talked a little bit about how price action after earnings for banks, not the greatest. A little bit better today, I think, for some of these.
Well, even like, I think pre-market a little bit iffier, but excuse me, even intraday yesterday, Brendan, some of them had really nice moves. Goldman Sachs recovered really nicely from its lows yesterday. I believe it moved like $40 off of that low at high, so not a bad look there. But yeah, in terms of the earnings, we talked about this yesterday. The banks have been really solid, and so far, not a single one of them has missed on EPS or sales, even Morgan Stanley and BAC this morning with those EPS and sales beats. I would say Morgan Stanley's earnings were really, really strong. You could read more about this on our watch list and the morning note, but I mean, really strong growth. Their net interest income up more than 10% year over year, which is one of the biggest metrics that we watch for the banks. So yeah, I mean, I think no reason to be too upset with the banks. We know sometimes they set the tone for the earnings season, and if that is the case, the tone they've set is quite positive.
Worth noting, BAC coming back in a little bit right now, just a heads up on Apple as well, just popped up here. Bank of America Securities reiterating buy on Apple as iPhone lead times hold steady, they're saying. So a little bit of a positive note here, it looks like, for Apple today, trying to get above Friday's, or I guess that's 2 days ago, highs here in the pre-market for Apple. So again, more tech strength coming through. Raheem Milani is going to jump on, and we're going to talk a little bit about some rare earths and some of the mining stocks in relation to maybe who's next on the Price is Right, Raheem, for the U.S. government to buy some of these. Raheem has a tie on today. Like, what's going on? All right, let's get some upgrades and downgrades for from Joe.
He came. Remember last time
Your mic's not on.
Loving that shirt.
All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, hump day it is. Let's take a look at some of the upgrades and downgrades, and then most definitely going to get involved with some options activity, some interesting ones here on the day. We got Logitech by Citigroup getting that price target raised to $130. Sunrun by BMO Capital Markets getting that price target raised to $19. Katina Man hit the O Canada because Bell Canada Enterprises going from a neutral to a buy by TD Securities. And then we have the king of the chips, Jensen & Company, Nvidia by HSBC Securities. Whopping price target of $320 on that one, guys. Now, on the downgrade side, we have Chipotle Mexican Grill. When was the last time you guys had that? Morgan Stanley lowering that target to $59. Chef it up is right. You got to get the carne asada. Ericsson going from a neutral to a hold. So that is going to be a downgrade by Dansky. And SiteOne, William Blair going from a, a buy to market perform. So we're getting the downgrade on that side. And GE Vernova by Rothschild & Company, price target lowered to $475. Now, as for some of the options activity, guys, this ticker was in play yesterday. NVTS, substantial open interest on this week's expiration cycle. That's going to be at that $10 strike price there, guys. Expiry this week, volume 18,400. Now, Rigetti Computing, the space is still moving high, climbing yesterday and breaking out. Volume at that 65 strike price, insane. The stock was just $13 the other day. It feels like 37,800 right there, and open interest around 19,900. Now, Joby Aviation, volume relatively light, 3.6 there, and then open interest at that $18 strike price, still sitting around 5,690. Look for some of those contracts to roll over there, guys.
G Vernova getting a downgrade on the day where all the nuclear names are strong. It's kind of
Even down today. It's probably up.
You know what? I was gonna look at Rigetti because they don't really trade G Vernova. It's flat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like, look, the rest of the nuclear names, I guess the small modular reactor names are doing a heck of a lot better than the biggies. But so flat on the day because of that. But it's Rigetti. Look, Rigetti's been on an absolute tear. What's his name? We're gonna get to Raheem in a second, but what's his name? Martin Shkreli was like, "Don't ask me." He's like, I think something on the lines of, "I will always be short the quantum names. Either they will go to book value or he'll be dead." Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Pretty morbid. The
Well, then
quote
he'll
that he
die, I
made.
guess.
I'm just like, man, come on, man. Like, you got to be able to get out and find a top and get back in. But Rigetti consolidating after yesterday's run. So the potential for the breakout today, I don't know. It's kind of like that day 3 play where like boom, boom. Never really like it as much on day 3, but it should be on most people's radars. Who knows, maybe there's just too much activity in the soybean and cooking oil names to get the quantum names going today. However, we do have our guest. We teed it up. He's looking sharp as always, and going to talk about something we haven't mentioned in a while, and that's Raheem.
He's here. Raheem is back in the building after, what has it been, 3 weeks of travel?
3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, you've been all over the world.
6 countries in the last 4 weeks.
And updating himself
Yeah.
in the rare earth space over the past 24 hours or so. I mean, we sat here last week and we went through a few names anyways, just on the show, talking a little bit about, okay, so who's next?
Right.
We've had 3, 4, 5 that, you know, the Trump administration has sunk their teeth into.
Right.
The game is then, I guess, who's next?
Yeah.
From a high level here, like, what do we need to know?
Let's just take the entire swath of every single U.S. antimony rare earth producer, put them in a basket, spin the wheel, and see what comes out. Basically, I think that's the way it goes. There is a lot of work around lobbying, of course. It depends on what state you're in, all of those things. So, you know, I did ask around, does somebody have a secret list of which are the next Trump targets? And there is no secret list of Trump targets.
Damn it.
I put together a list of companies that we could talk about that do touch into the rare earth space. But again, like we've talked about so many times, just do your homework on where the assets are located. So you can do a quick search on which rare earth companies are located in the US. Now, the big thing is the processing for people that are really getting into the rare earth, you know, the nitty gritty of it. Processing, China's still always going to be the biggest. And it's only 50,000 tons a day. It's not like it's this gigantic thing that everyone thinks is happening. The US doesn't really have much in terms of processing. So there is a lot of processing that is done in China. And that's going to be the case for the next few years at least, until US can come on stream with processing of, but the critical minerals processing does take place all over the world.
Is he just trying to position himself then, so when he does go and meet Xi, he can say, you have 50,000 tons a day, we have 51,000 tons a day? Like, it seems like
we have the capacity. I mean, it's literally the conversation is going to be in the year 2028, 2029, 2030. We'll have 51,000 tons, but at this point we don't. So, you know, it's kind of everyone's playing a little bit of poker here.
All right. Everybody knows, you know, the common ones here, the common symbols. MP, you know, another huge couple of days here. I mean, this thing's pushing $100. There's UUU.
Those are the usual ones. MPP, MP, Triple U. Those are the usual ones that everyone knows about. Everyone goes to. So we're not gonna digress too much into those because everyone's done their work on those. But they're great charts.
There's been one theme that stood out in the past couple that LAC included in that we've noted on the show as well, and that there is a Canadian tie here.
Yes.
So if we bring the conversation back north of the border and take a look at, okay, who else on this side of the border might be presenting themselves as attractive for this?
Right.
As you said, you brought a list here. UCU, the first one.
Yeah, so they are based in Alaska. If you look at that chart, it's a nice looking chart. As low as 50 cents at the beginning of the year, hit up to $13, trading just shy of $12 right now. Again, based in Alaska. They came out with a statement most recently. They have a processing deal happening in the Louisiana area, just outside of New Orleans, and they made a comment that none of their supply chain will be product from China. So they're saying we are, you know, all American as you can get, and converted a bunch of the debentures at 90 cents. So people were probably happy at that point, and kicked up to almost $13.
If we want to go even smaller on the market cap scale, Avalon Advanced Materials, another one here. AVL, as you were saying, past couple of days here, just and never mind. Okay, it's a what, 4 or 5 cent stock 3 days ago.
Yeah.
The volume is what matters here, I think.
Yeah, and again, if you're an active trader, you look at a small name like that, scan out to just that 5-day chart, 3-day chart, 1-day chart. Yeah. They've gone up to, they hit 15 cents on decent volume for a small cap Canadian, a micro cap Canadian company. One of the brokerage firms here is going to go out to raise them $21 million. So that will be a name that should continue to be active in the next couple of days at the very least.
And in general, all these that we're going to talk about here, also in the rare earth space.
They're all rare earth and rare earth adjacent.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on. CRTL, another one on the CSE on this side of the border.
Yep, as low as 20 cents, got up to $1.30. They're just touching the 52-week high right now. Nice looking chart. They had $4.5 million in cash in the bank, another $7.5 million that they're raising, probably closing early next week of flow-through money. Flow-through is essentially tax-efficient dollars that need to be spent in country. They have one of the largest antimony deposits in the country, and they expect to be drilling by year-end. So
they have critical in their name.
So it's got to be.
If it's
got to be
in their name, you cannot. I'm not going to say that. Can't go wrong. Bit of a flyer, or oh, this is not ARA.
ARA, yeah, we got up to 440 as low as 40 cents. Again, touching their 52-week high. Nice looking chart.
Crazy.
They do have an MOU with the University of Virginia for rare earth element separation. They also signed I believe it's a joint venture, it might be an MOU or a joint venture with Stanford for AI related to rare earth. So you
of course
put it all together. Yeah. I mean, go at it.
All the keywords.
They're looking to be in production by 2028. So that's why I was saying earlier that 2028, 2029, 2030 number is going to be big for the U.S.
My apologies. Aclara Resources, ARA, the ticker here on the TSX. Go back to August. This thing was $1. Just hit 450. Just unbelievable moves right across the board. Yeah. And then you threw in a couple just because.
Tickers are.
Just because. USA.
USA is a ticker that you should take a look at because why not? They are in gold, they are in silver, but they do have the only antimony mine that has produced in the United States. So that is something to keep an eye out for. It was as low as $1.20, got up to $6.50 just recently. Eric Sprott, who's a really big mining investor, is an investor in this. And just to get all things USA, they hired a US lobbyist group just yesterday. So one would imagine there might be some news coming out of there.
One that you have, then, just to wrap things up, one that you have close ties to here. ESPN, probably the best ticker in the entire stock market.
It is. You know, people have called and said, is DJT looking at ESPN? It's a media-to-media play. And I'm like, yeah, and it has critical minerals. So yeah, that's a stock that I'm on the board of. So I do know it intimately well, so I won't speak too much about it. But the fact that it does have tin, tungsten, copper, zinc, there have been some inbound calls recently of people saying, you know, you're in the EU, you've got good assets. So the CEO's called and said a lot of people are interested, and the stock has reacted nicely. It's going to its year high. Looks like it's going to hit 12, 13, 14 cents today. It's traded decent volume on that name. So we're excited what the company's got to offer. And I think, again, because it's got the tin, tungsten, copper, zinc elements to it, in a safe jurisdiction.
One of the things that, and again, guys, the point here is to let's get prepared, let's get educated on, you know, what else is out there as far as opportunity goes in this space. One of the things that you mentioned to me this morning that I think is a decent idea is to understand the China side a little bit better and understand, you know, where the action is coming from China.
Yeah, because they are such a cog in this wheel. They are the biggest cog in the rare earth wheel. Now they are the biggest producer, and that is important for sure. And processing-wise, they are the #1 processor. But again, if you're looking simply at rare earths, China does have a big stick that they are using here. But the U.S. is trying its hardest to catch up. You know, JP Morgan just announced $1.5 trillion yesterday for all things energy, defense, aerospace, and rare earths. So again, what we always said with mining, though, it's not like you can snap your finger and, you know, turn it around tomorrow. It's going to be something that you start, but it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get any of these things going. Again, you talk about the copper shortage. Like, let's focus on the copper shortage and what that's going to need to get into production to support all the things that are going to be needed in the world.
And there's many different, I think, individual spaces that you can kind of dive into, and maybe we can get into over the next few weeks here. Tons of opportunities still potentially in this rare earth space. Raheem Milani, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
It's always good stuff from Raheem because it's not all about MP, and you always go down the cycle, right? Like you start with maybe like the bigger names, and then it works its way down to the smaller. Because if you're looking at one point today when Adair was going through the watch list, she's like, Neil, what tickers are down today? Because there really wasn't much that was gapping down. I was like, well, I mean, MP Materials is actually down today, believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, it's only 1.7, but it's one of these mornings where like literally almost everything on your quote board, I mean, everything on my quote board was pretty much to the upside. MP going to be down 2%, but it's this Omer. We get 2 super chats.
Oh, okay.
And one of them was about Omer, which got a Novo deal, $340 million upfront payment, and then $2.1 billion total potential, up 150%. So it's done obviously the relative volume through the roof, kind of goes without saying. I think we can all realize that. And looking like it's going to be a big player today. So big deal with them. And then it was just there, and now it's gone. I got to find it again. There it is. Adam Jones as well. Although that was the Omer one. There was a second one from Polar Bear. Here, I'll just do it this way because that's where I'm at. Amazon, Polar Bear, thank you for this super chat. Oh, there we go. Got Amazon 240. Calls from May 26, down 17%. What are your recommendations? Daily viewer, glad to see Sean Neal back. Much love from Atlanta, GA. I mean, look, I bought Amazon at the 200 period moving average, and it's like you just keep on AMZN.
Well, hasn't quite, it's basically.
But like when it
215.
But I didn't see the. It's May 2026. Oh, so like you bought yourself a lot of time there. Look, I like it at this 200 period moving average. I think this is kind of like a good accumulation space. Like right now, you're getting some weakness in it, probably because of some concern about the labor market and the consumer. I think that could be piling on it a little bit. But when you start working out to next year, this is one that I like for sure. Like I just recently bought off the 200 period moving average. So, you know, I obviously am bullish at this point here on this dip buy on Amazon. But then for me, it's obviously a long-term hold. But I would be very surprised if we can't make a fresh high by mid next year, or like I think you said May, so you've got half a year to get to the high. I'd be shocked if we can't do that.
Yeah, I like Amazon. I mean, I've been shorting it lately because of government shutdown and weak retail market, but I mean, I still like Amazon. For me, the most recent play that I've made is Target. So I bought some Target a little bit lower than where we are right now. So far so good here on Target. Yeah, but as Amazon approaches the 200 period, you're almost there. 214, I have it written down. So I think that's you have 240 calls. I mean, I like big caps. So I mean, if you just sort of extrapolate out, 7-8% even higher from here gets you to that number on Amazon. So I think that's something that you could definitely hold. But I like Target breaking out upside here. So we'll see if Target can right the ship. Yesterday, nice move higher there after a nice bottom at 85. Like I would have loved to buy it at 85, not at 88.50 or whatever, but there it goes upside right now for TGT. All right, my number one trade idea is starting to go already, of course. And there goes Nvidia just gapping up right now again, just boom. We write the note when it's at 184. Now it breaks through 185. What are you supposed to do about it? Not much, but Nvidia booming now to the upside. Yeah, that OMER has news today, and then SMR, like all of these plays we're going to talk about very, very soon. Approaching $50 again here for the small modular reactor company NuScale. So we'll wait to see SMR just up 666 there, and then you get the big dog, of course, price-wise anyways, Oklo 185 and still going all the way. Yeah, Kieran, what's up here? Yeah, stay away from Target. Nah. Bloom Energy would have been a better call a couple days ago than Target. I don't invest in those kind of names. I don't even really trade those names other than on the show.
Which?
So just any of these runners, Nano Nuclear, Bloom Energy, CRML. I don't ever buy those.
I own SMR.
I own SMR, but I own SMR $11. I
don't chase them now.
I don't put money into these names. Like, sure, I trade Palantir. I mean, I'm long Palantir, similar price. It's just a matter of letting these companies grow. So I'm trying to invest and hold, and it's been obviously working out really, really, really well. But it gives me hard attack.
I like when they base out. Like, I like SoFi because it based out for a while. And it sucks for because if you like it, sometimes you have to sit there while it does nothing for you for months at a time. And then eventually it goes. That's fine. I just don't ever like chasing these things at crazy valuations up at tops. Like, the market doesn't seem like we're at this point that I'm excited to do that. But I just think we're past 9 o'clock.
Well, it's like
here.
I sold SoFi at 24 and just bought it back at 25.50. You know,
But that's part of the game. Like,
I know, that's why the game sucks. That's why I don't do it. I just buy best companies and hold them forever.
hold it.
So I'm buying Target.
Let's get into that watch list. Free watch list, by the way. It's
BBAI.
9 o'clock already. So let's see if we can't run down some of the names you guys want.
All right, Raheem's still hanging in. We're going to jump right into what we need to know this morning. I mean, we're already getting on in time here, so let's just get right to it. If you haven't done so yet, link is below in the description. Top link will get you to the sign-up page for the watch list. It's free. Just use your email address, comes right to your inbox every single morning. Adair does a great job on this. Top of said note this morning, I mean, we can talk about semiconductors in general. ASML, great earnings, everything to the upside as far as they are concerned. Nvidia with a monstrous upgrade here to a street high, I just read, from HSBC. Nvidia not only at day highs here, but leading.
Yeah, this, we've talked about the price target first, I think. So HSBC upgrading NVIDIA from hold to buy, but the price target here, as Brendan mentioned, it's kind of shockingly high from $200 to $320. Now, why did they upgrade it? Well, they said that they believe there's, quote, significant fiscal 2027 earnings upside. Now, in case you're wondering, that's a little far out. NVIDIA is one fiscal year ahead of everyone else, so they're almost done fiscal 2026, but still, Brendan, that is quite significant here. They basically said that they believe the total addressable market relative to their previous expectation is going to be a little bit stronger, so they think NVIDIA could benefit from GPU sales there. So, I mean, really good look. They also are expecting fiscal 2027 earnings per share of $8.75, well above estimates of $6.48. So good look there for NVIDIA.
I mean, everyone's keeps saying demand is not going anywhere. It's only going to increase. All these companies buying chips just keep saying they need more, they can't get enough. HSBC finally agreeing with that. Raheem is bothering the hosts over there.
Yeah, who knows? We're talking about the Avengers. Raheem had some drinks with Black Avenger Falcon.
No, it's Falcon.
I can't remember his name.
What's the actor's name again?
I don't know, man.
That's gonna bug me because I should know.
Well, we have no idea what they were talking about up there, but they're talking about Nvidia. So okay. Yeah, look, I have Nvidia written down on the list today. It's going to be my #1 trade idea. I just have a 185 break that's already happened. So now we got to watch out for that 183 dip buy. I mean, again, a price target upgrade over at HSBC into 320. I don't really care about the price target upgrade or anything like that. I just care about the stock's momentum, and right now it's up 3%. The market's up 1%. Nvidia got hit yesterday down to 180. I said over and over again that that would have been a great price if I hadn't recently bought some more of this stock. And I don't want to just layer into this every single time we go to the downside right there. People are saying Anthony McKee.
Yeah, it's Anthony Mackie.
I still would have had no idea. Even now you said that, I would have thought he was a college football player.
He was in Marshall.
So 180 there to the downside, now 185 taking it out. So I just like the momentum here. We chose 185 because it was sort of this drop zone right there. And I thought if we could break that, then we at least get to here, 185.60. And if we're right, then we can continue further. So I'm not going to take the 185 now because the break's already happened. So I think we got to wait either for VWAP, which is like 184.30, 183 now intact. But if we do come back in, stay here, then take 185, then we can take the momentum on the way back up. I don't want to sit there sort of like a dead duck just sitting there taking shares if the market wants to fall down. So let's give this a couple minutes, but Nvidia, the #1 idea, and I haven't traded this in weeks. We've been really focusing on AMD, but today we'll go and we'll switch back. And AMD was yesterday. AMD and Intel were the two top names yesterday. We'll see if we can put Nvidia on the board today.
Just heard CoreWeave just made a bit of a $2 move here on CoreWeave. Haven't heard the story yet. There it is. Giant new AI data center is coming to the epicenter of America's fracking. Boom. CoreWeave and Poolside announced a partnership for a data center built on a sprawling ranch in West Texas. So AI data center, CoreWeave, up a couple of bucks on that news. Look, whether you pick, I mean, look, 185. We were talking about the 185 is like that was that spot where it dropped off yesterday on Nvidia, but the prior high actually sits. It's not the prior high. It's like it's the resistance spot in the open market, like after it flushed, is actually at 184. So 82 and 84 represent a couple of dip buy zones. Still going to lean into thinking of the 189 to 190, which I'm pretty sure I said yesterday was kind of a resistance spot for a short, that I would still believe in that because that's really far away. But the other thing to watch out for, in addition to CoreWeave now being in play, that kind of I have to do some work on that one if it's going to continue to go, is just a consolidation on AMD. Like it's consolidating up here, essentially showing you now like 17 and 225 for a top break. So that'll be the backup plan for sure. And then going to have to put some work into CoreWeave after that news story just dropped, because this has a very similar look to Nvidia if it can hold up some of this volume going into the open. But for now, we'll just have to be patient off of the open. The market's not doing a ton, but we are at overnight resistance, so you want to see if we can push through that.
And look, I also I tried telling everybody a long time ago, and someone in the chat right there has it dead right here. What's up before death? Right here, BBI brigade greater than the open army, and right here, there goes BBAI. I mean, I couldn't be, honestly, this is really starting to appreciate in value quite nicely here. As we're long 4, it's at 925. So sure, it's not 100% winner in a day or anything here like some of those other names, but BBAI looking to again extend through right now. So that's been just a great. It's not going to be on our list today, but a great stock that, if they can ever report a profit, this stock probably has a 30 handle in it. So we're going to wait to see what happens with Big Bear AI, man. This could be a big opportunity here. Earnings not in for a while, so we're going to have to wait on it. But BBAI continues to go higher on a nice short float and a great business. So we'll see what happens with Big Bear AI. Shout out to Open Army as well. I mean, you guys had a good day yesterday.
All right, let's go on to bank earnings, more of them. Just real quick, actually, Apple, I was just keeping an eye on Apple here, back to the upside this morning. Earlier, on a positive note, there's a new iPad. Adara's very excited. There's a new iPad Pro. It now has an M5 processor in it, so it didn't really move on that, but just heads up, product launch here for Apple early on this morning. BAC just retook $52. We came in from 53, actually broke downside there on the call. I haven't seen comments here in a few minutes at least, so it might have been wrapped up. Maybe why we're going back higher, but good report here for Bank of America. Yeah,
I haven't seen too much on BAC either, just as you kind of said. I mean, they did have a double, as I said, every bank has posted a double beat. So Q3 earnings of $1.06 per share, beating estimates of 94 cents, sales 28.242 billion versus estimates of 27.502 billion. One thing I did see here, unsure really, I guess, the implications of this, but their Q3 provision for credit losses actually dropped a little bit in a year-over-year basis from 1.5 billion to 1.3 billion. Morgan Stanley, though, I think we really have to talk about revenue up 18% year-over-year, earnings per share up 59% year-over-year, net income up 45% year-over-year, their net interest income up 12% year-over-year, fee-based asset flow 17%, net new assets up 27%. Like, this is a knockout report, kind of the same way that JP Morgan was yesterday, though if you guys saw JP Morgan yesterday, it wasn't really able to trade higher in spite of that report, so we'll see.
Yeah, Morgan Stanley just pushing back to highs here now as well, just checking. I don't see anything new as far as MS comments or related comments, but back towards the highs here, another one that did pretty well on the morning. So Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, guys, take your pick.
Morgan. Yesterday, Wells Fargo was a big runner. Well, relative to what the banks do. And then Morgan Stanley, what you don't get today is the old, hey, let's sell it off and then rally like you saw with JPM or Goldman Sachs. Like, a little bit different, which I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like with this stock, you almost want it to be down on a good report, and then you can buy the dip instead of trying to break it out at the open. So I was more inclined that if it dipped on that report to be thinking, hey, just buy the dip. You've got lots of areas, like 155 was good, 152 was good. But in terms of buying the top, that's just not part of not going to be part of the repertoire. But I do like the bank. I think you got to hold on to them. They perform pretty well and pretty steadily well. And nothing about these reports, I'm talking about not just Morgan Stanley, But go down the line, right? Like JP, Goldman, trading volume has been fantastic. All this volatility has been crushing it for them. You got the IPO market coming back in there as well, although it's been pretty quiet lately. That's been pretty good. You're getting a little bit more deal making starting to come through, so that's definitely going to be helping them out, to be sure. Just don't know if I want to play this one out today up at the tops. Could dip by in a prior high, but it's looking too strong for that. So I don't know if it's likely you get back into this prior high at 159.
Look, I asked today, let's get locked and loaded, what's everybody trading? The funny thing is nobody's saying anything about bank stocks. So what's up to Shane? Got into Coot overnight. We love that. Eli Lilly right there. Shout out to Randy and Niels, says Nick. So shout out to you, Nick. Good morning from the UK, Jimbo. What's up, Jimbo? Hope you're doing well. Right there in the UK. Shout out to Adam as well. Cat. Yo, what's up, Fisherman? Yeah, we like Caterpillar there yesterday for sure. Here we go. Nvidia AMD QSI Weeble right there says Northwest Sasquatch. Something else to look at. Cooking oil stocks, LAC, says Patrick, as well. Good morning, friend. GM, no, good morning. What's up? Niru, RKDA, Coot, there we go. You're on the right path there. Samuel, there's Nick again. AMD, Asus, Nvidia, TSM and SoFi, says Victor. Surge the Cat, you know I'll be here looking at the TQs as well with you. Rakesh goes Micron, HUD 8, SoFi. Oh, there's a bank, SoFi. What's up, Randy? You and I equal on that one. I prefer, out of all of these names, I prefer SoFi. So I, looking at this name, back down into $28. If we can get anything, any kind of a dip in SoFi, we're going long right there. So we're going to wait to see if we're able to do that. It's your 50-period moving average. It's a little higher than where we closed yesterday. I think going strong into bank season right here. We've had a couple good reports. I know yesterday we didn't get the greatest movement from some of those banks, but we sure got 7% from WFC. Okay, and 4% from Citigroup. When are these guys reporting right now? 13 days, October the 28th. For SoFi with a short float. Who's ever short is wrong. 9% short right there on SoFi. I'm going long on SoFi. It'll be one of your trades of the day. So we're ready to do SoFi here in the banking sector. Dollar Tree apparently strong. I was at Dollarama this weekend buying the stuff for my kids' science project. Let's go find out more about Dollar Tree.
Yeah, guidance increase, and they reaffirmed their guidance going all the way out to 2028 and growth of 12 to 15% this morning. So bottom line, not a heck of a lot of liquidity behind this, or volume for that matter. We get all the way up here to 104, coming back in though right now to 100.
Yeah, and this could be one to keep an eye on throughout the day because it's their investor day today, and this guidance was released as part of their investor day. So what happened here, they did reaffirm their Q3 adjusted EPS outlook, just a little bit above estimates here, $1.12 versus $1.09 expected. Comparable store sales up 3.8%. I actually looked at its quarter to date, not year to date, but either way, they are expecting comparable store sales on a year-over-year basis to be higher so far this quarter. Stock buyback so far this quarter looking pretty good too. But here's the thing I think that's really sending it higher. From fiscal 2026 to fiscal 2028, they are expecting EPS growth of 12 to 15% compounded annual growth rate. And for fiscal 2026, so the year we're just heading into now, they're actually expecting EPS growth in the high teens. They're attributing that to apparently higher discrete cost benefits. So they are expecting growth throughout, but this next year especially should be really good for DLTR.
One area of retail that, initially was very much negatively affected by what's happening with China. Not so much, it looks like, for Dollar Tree, guys.
Yeah, this, with the investor event, okay, like with the investor event happening, it feels like it ran going into it, and then you get the good news, because you've had 3 pretty big days in a row here for Dollar Tree. To run into the event, to break 100, go right to like a key resistance spot, also the 50-period moving average. Like, I'm not saying short it, I'm just not gonna, I don't wanna go long here. Like a few other things today. I like those nuclear names. I got, instead of you like SoFi, I like Weeble, a continuation from in the afternoon yesterday is a bit of a play. I don't know if I can get on board with this one. If it was going into the event with another day to go, bit of a different story. But right at that 50 period, right at a resistance spot, not a ton of pre-market volume. Maybe let it pull back before even considering it here on Dollar Tree. It's been on a good rally, and sometimes it's a little bit of sell the news on these events when you've already gone like 20% going into the event.
All right, if you get into the chat right now, we're going to do a fresh start on this thing right here. You got to push into the chat. You got to type in $, and then whatever stock you want right now. There's Polar Bear. Hey, guys, got Amazon. Oh, we got that one already. Yeah, thanks for that, Polar Bear, for that $5. Yeah, I think we both agree and like Amazon there. So yeah, put it in right now. We'll get this. So these prices are going to show up wrong. They're from yesterday's close. So these percentages won't be right. But we'll get this going. You can see right now Lithium America. We have Tesla coming up there, and then PZZA as well. It's funny, Dollar Tree and PZZA made the list here. We will talk obviously about crypto names. We'll obviously talk about nuclear names as well. I mean, all of these are the names you guys want us to talk about, and we're going to get to there. There's Rigetti as well. There's Rich Tech Robotics, AMD, CoreWeave. They're all here right now, but we're going to go talk quickly. I don't even see Tesla on here. That's the first time that we don't have Tesla on here. So let's go over and see. Now someone's going to put in Tesla probably. Let's go over and see what the story is now with TSLA.
More drama, potentially anyways, for Elon as far as this compensation goes, or compensation court battle goes, the outcome of which we could learn more about today. There's also some delivery numbers, once again, that were better than expected, which Daryl will mention here in a second. But just worth highlighting here, you got to go back 2 days ago. We're right at this 435, 436 area, which ended up being a line in the sand at the end of the day 2 days ago. So we'll see. I mean, not a heck of a lot of price action here so far.
Yeah, not really too much of a move on this. Like, I have the 50-minute chart up on Tesla, and as you can see, it's literally been chopping here in a couple cent range. But TSLA, I'll start here with the Delaware news. We know that already since we had that Chancery Court decide, I guess, to rule against Elon's pay package last year, we've had a lot of companies already turn away from Delaware, so this decision could be huge. It could have implications far beyond Tesla, guys. Basically, long story short, Elon's lawyers are apparently going to ask the Delaware Supreme Court to restore that $56 billion pay package, and this could be significant because less than a month from today, on November 6th, 2025, Tesla's going to have its shareholder meeting where shareholders can vote on his new pay package, which has the potential to be even larger. So that'll be pretty interesting as well. I think the implications for that going forward. The other news with Tesla, as we kind of alluded to earlier. So TSLA in China reported 11.3 thousand new insured registrations in China. That's up over 100% compared to roughly 5,000 registrations last week. So nice week over week increase there for registrations for China, a market that we know Tesla's had some issues with as of late.
We mentioned the Model Y L doing very well going back to last month over in China as well. It's always good though to offset the delivery number with the insurance registration number to see the actual figure and how things are going. We'll get to pizza here in a second. Tesla guys, today anything?
Maybe we get down and test like 426 on Tesla. I think you had a bit of a liquidity grab yesterday. It looked like it wanted to break down under 420. If you really picked your spots, like I described it yesterday as like getting away with 3 shorts because he had it at the right times, but it was V-shaped like everything else. And you're diddling in the middle here. So while we're sort of middle range, either we're breaking out above 440, like that's the big line of resistance with a gap on it, or maybe play into this 426. As long as it's inside, wait for some support to come in on Tesla. I don't necessarily love it as much. I'd mentioned without showing, Webull did this at the bottom yesterday. I think of the rounded bottom, kind of a wick bottom here at $11, which is a price I like on Webull. And continuation today, it can break 12. Ideally, I don't know why he's got so far. Ideally, like a pullback into like 1150. And then as long as it's above the 1150 consolidation zone, I'm going to like the dip. But you also have the prior close out there as well. But looking for the long here in Webull, just continuation from yesterday in the afternoon after a nice little rounded bottom. So I'd rather trade that over Tesla. But that 26 could come into play. You never really know. Like you don't want to write off prices just because it doesn't seem like it's likely to get there. Suddenly you're at like 945 and it gets to your price and you can take a reversion.
Yeah, I don't really have, I think like Tesla might be one of my #1 P&L names for the year. I mean, I should probably do a study and look that up. But I'm just waiting to see a break, really. I mean, the market's going to have to go. And like yesterday, we were doing nothing pretty much all afternoon, bouncing around a $2 to $3 range. And then finally, we broke a little bit through its afternoon low there on the China tension again, right? And so we've already highlighted that. Obviously, Tesla will be a factor in China relations. But I don't. I don't foresee too many issues moving forward with Tesla. I mean, their deliveries will continue to be pretty strong as you get those lower models coming through now. So I think delivery numbers will be fine. Margins should increase on those cars as well. And plus, we have Waymo news with Google today, and Google's on my watch list instead of Tesla. But I actually, looking at this more, I don't mind this break of 437. But see, the problem is that then you get back up here, then you have 440. You still take the $2 or $3. I'd almost rather wait to see what happens around 440. This could be a short if the market doesn't do a whole heck of a lot today, but the market's already up 1%, which is a little surprising. We were yesterday, at this time, we were down quite nicely, and then we made it all the way back to zeros, and then we wound up falling and losing about that 0.5% at the end of the day there. So Tesla's on my mind, but for autonomous driving, I mean, today it's going to be Google, is what I was thinking about. The story here, Waymo trying to get into London. So I kind of like this. Looking at a 247 break long, I mean, that's what we wrote down on the sticky note, and we just came right into that level. So that could be an early take for me as well. And if we like that break, then we kind of like when it floats back in as well. So 245 to 247 right here for Google. I'm already bidding 245. We'll see if we can get that to come through. That could be the first trade here today, Google breaking through 247. I don't think, again, we're pretty close to that level. You're about right now 2 pennies away from it. So imbalance is now out and don't really seem to be doing a whole heck of a lot. LAC, we did get some super chats on that. I think actually I should have put this on the sticky note. This is a really good continuation play as well because Lithium America right there yesterday, take out this high of $10. And then we get into 1030 and now we have a high today of 1080. So I think this one floating back into 980, $10, a trade there for LAC as it is coming back in a little bit on a buy imbalance. And then short this if you like, but BBAI, nice move to the downside as well right now. Market's pulling back a little bit with only 4 minutes to go, so not sure what's going on there. SMR, watch out for that $50 level. Shout out to my guy Brian Shannon right there. He's called this Lay's Seals Q. He called that a couple weeks ago actually, and we talked about that last night. And then Soundhound, another great call as well. That's also bids. But if you're going to notice one thing today, B is also for Bayside, so shout out to Zach Morris and all that. But right there, man, a lot of buys. The only sell on there is the one that's going the hardest right now is Omer. So someone's just trying to get out of 100,000 shares of Omer. But if they want to get out of that, you just put it on the offer. And
we'll get filled in a second.
They'd probably get taken out. But anyway, so the reason why you throw orders like that into the auction is so you don't throw it on the offer. Because if someone put up right here 1,000, which is what that would be, right? Because every number on here is 100 shares. So if you put out 1,000 on bats right now, it may shoot the stock down because people are like, oh my God, there's a big seller, right? But if you throw this into the auction off the open, you'll get people that want to buy it and sell it that meet, and then it will come out at market price. So you'll have very little impact on the price of the stock with your pending order. But to Neil's and my point right there as well, I think you could just put it on the offer and get taken out because it's just did 1 million shares there since I've been talking. So yeah, Omer right now is definitely on one. And what else you could do is hide on dark pools, right? Yes. And so if you were a worried participant about share size on the offer, it's more expensive, that's all. And like if I had 100,000 shares, I'd like to grab the rebates, but at the end of the day, whatever profit you probably have on Omer right now, the rebates would be minuscule to that.
That's all growth.
Yeah, I mean, if I was long at $11, 100,000 shares, I wouldn't care about the $500 in fees or whatever.
Punch out.
All right, let's go back over one more stock to talk about, and it's a yummy one. So let's go find out from the desk.
Yeah, about 2-minute warning here before we get to the open, guys. Just worth noting, Bank of America CEO just saying they saved about 10% on coding work specifically using AI in this quarter. 10% is okay, fine, whatever. But it's the first time I've heard or seen a comment like that specifically referring to savings from AI. BAC did pop back to the upside on that, worth noting. Let's go to Papa John's. Yesterday it was Domino's we were talking about. Papa John's up after the close yesterday on this. Potential $64 offer coming through here from Apollo.
Yeah, I was telling you off screen, this is a funny one because we initially had this reported by Street Insider on Monday. It pops higher, and now we get another move on basically the exact same report, but this time it's coming from Reuters. There's really no material difference to this report versus the one on Monday, but the information regardless, again, as you mentioned, $64 a share. Apollo with that offering now. It was reported back in June that Apollo and Earth Capital had submitted a joint offer for Papa John's, valuing it at roughly $2 billion. That was roughly $60 a share. This is a larger offer, and again, the company as of yesterday's close, was valued at $1.5 billion. So this is like a significant increase here for Papa John's with that $64 a share offer. Again, guys, before this first report on Monday, we were trading around 43 bucks. Right now, 54.
Might end up being a nothing burger today, but could be something, guys, for pizza.
Yeah, like I would not short this name, that's for sure. And this is when we're asked about, we were asked about Domino's yesterday, and then the answer to that question was buy Papa John's instead because they had this underlying potential Apollo bid. And you didn't know what price it was going to be, but it rallied all day yesterday, and now we're rallying today. I just wouldn't short the stock. It's probably worth buying on any kind of a gap fill because if the board decides that they like 65, I mean, you know what will happen to the stock. The problem is the board has been not warm to any deals. That's why it's trading down here. It's unlikely to happen. And we've already got the drop down, the bell for a hump day. It feels like it's been a quick one so far this morning. Nuclear stock's going to be in play, looking to buy some dips there as we get the hump day bell in 2 and 1. Let's go.
All right, so Google already broke through. Yeah, a lot of these names have already started to break out already. There goes Google right now, breaking through 247. So that was a trade that we liked. We just got long something here. Oh, Nvidia, 183.50. So nice move down. I'm just double checking the notes. We liked a 183 dip buy there into the 200 period moving average. So again, let's not like falling knife this thing. We're long right now. We'll average in just a little bit to it. So now we've got Google long, sorry, Nvidia long right now at 183.40s. Let's see if this one wants to go. That's, sorry, Google. That's Nvidia, 183.50. The name was Google that I had in my mind, but that's already breaking. We had a 247 look right over there. But let's just see if, here goes Nvidia right now, Neil. Now 40 cents in the money. We'll take something out in the 80s if we can get that. But so far, so good there for NVDA on dip buys, exactly as it was written. So we'll see if it can hold. But the market right now, flushy.
Did it? Yeah, a little bit. I feel like we got to that 25,000 again and just did a little bit of a dip. SMR not moving too much here off the open. I said maybe we go fill in that gap to the prior high. Does not do so. So as long as it does not fill in the gap, I got to look at VWAP or WAP. Doesn't really matter. Hold on to VWAP and we grab it there. Otherwise, we wait for this 47.5. Nuclear names in play because of the Janus project. We didn't really get to it, but the U.S. Army is going to be looking to power bases with nuclear power, reliable nuclear power. So that's good for all of these nuclear stocks. Yeah. And that's why SMR is up 6.5%. Oklo's up a bunch as well, NNE as well. So that's why I'm looking for the long in SMR. Just want to be a little bit patient. Not moving as much as you would expect for SMR off the open.
No, not at all. All right, so we're just, we're waiting. We're trying to be as patient as we can. We actually forgot about putting a SoFi bid. That sucks because we should be 50 cents in the money right now on SoFi, as SoFi was a great long down there at 28 bucks. It's the only name that I forgot to put a bid on there. We're bidding IBIT where we wanted it, and we wanted SoFi down there at 28. I mean, it was an idea that we did have there. Let's go over and find out what's going on with Omer right now. Okay, so this name looks like it wants to halt at some point here today. 35 million shares. Remember, it needs to go that 10%. We'll see if that can happen real quick right now. Up or down about $2 will trigger something there. So we're going to wait to see if we do get a dip down and an opportunity to potentially buy Omer right now on any kind of a move. We're just
Walmart's continuing.
Okay, Walmart's continuing. I'm not really hearing any news about anything right now, so we'll keep our ear to the ground. Only that one position for myself. There's SMR off 48, so we can wait to see if we get a 50 break now as that's trying to go. Google again back to 248, so just another name that we're looking at over there on Google, and then we're going to call up your board in a second to see which other names you want us to look at. But there goes Google up 1%, so I definitely like that name right now. Nvidia is a problem because
AMD just broke VWAP.
Yeah, downside or up?
No, up.
Okay, good.
That's okay. There's a bottoming tail here on AMD. This might actually take out the top in that 225. All right, the order's going in. So 225. Just want to make sure we get our order in.
Yeah.
I didn't have it. Look, when we were filling in the gap, I was thinking dip buys today, so I didn't have the breakout when it was trading $4 low, but 225 looks like it's going to be coming in here on Nvidia. As you said, nothing happening in SMR, but Walmart was one of yesterday's OpenAI deal with OpenAI. Just leave it at that. Deal with OpenAI, and then all-time highs for Walmart. I thought dip into 106. You can very clearly see it's not dipping into 106. So we're going to play this off of VWAP here as well. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, everybody. As the market is trying to rally back, AMD just broke 25. So let's see if it can actually continue to rally. So I'm going to get my stop order on AMD, as that just went to the $0.50 and pulled back a little bit. So first position for me is going to be advanced micro devices and not SMR after all. Surprising.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be SMR for sure.
Yeah, mine should have been SoFi. SoFi now $1 off of those longs. So shout out to anybody that has that. You would not be shouting out myself because I do not have that. And we should have, and it's a mistake. So there goes SoFi. Nice little trade there for anybody that does have SoFi. Okay, I mean, right now, there goes Nvidia, man. It's trying to battle with this level here. We are looking to break below this 182.50, and if we do that, then we're going to be gone right there. That's 182.50 is this top, right into there. Let's see. There we go. Now we'll take that last long, and we'll see if it wants to hold out, man. I mean, we could take an L. It's not the end of the world here, but looks like SoFi right now making the move, but it's Nvidia that's making the move lower right now against it. So we liked 183 long. It's at 182.75. We're not going to cry over this or anything, but right now, it's all about China, USA right now. And honestly, if Trump starts opening his mouth, or China does, or anybody does, negatively, I think Nvidia and the rest of them. I mean, AMD looks like it's a long, so that's going to be a good one.
So AMD just went the $1.50 and then came right back through. If you false break in a weak market, then that's my style. Like, I always get back out on a breakout trade. Okay, well, it looks like it was a good decision. For a split second, I got triggered out break even and was like, oh, crap, it's going to hold 225, but it does not look like it's going to. So we got the last quarter out flat, but then $0.50, full dollar, and then in front of 226. So far, so good, but this market is pulling back. I wouldn't want to get trapped in anything on a breakout long just yet, but as I say that, Walmart doesn't even care. Walmart, forget about VWAP. Walmart just hit 109, another fresh all-time high for Walmart. This stock has just been flying around. Yeah, if you partner with OpenAI and you're already a good company, then good things can happen to you. So let's see if I can grab VWAP up here. I might try to nibble in before 108 even on Walmart just to participate. And then there goes SMR. We're going to go up to Adara, 49.95.
Yeah, just letting you guys know here that Jamison Greer, U.S. Trade Representative, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent's currently holding a press conference on the economy. I'm listening to that. If there's any updates, I'll let you know. Back to you.
All right, come on, Nvidia, try to go. We're just getting a little bit out here at 183 because it doesn't look like it wants to go right now. We did average in. We talked about 182.50. So let's just wait to see what winds up happening right now. We're up on Nvidia, but it's been a tough one. So we're just going to have to woosah. Just wait to see if we can get this fill. I'm waiting at 183.18. I don't know why. Let me take a piece out here at 05 or whatever. See, just missed it. So it is having a problem here. Ooh la la. Thank you so much, Randy, for that one. Randy is killing it right now. Thank you so much.
Get on it, he says.
Yeah, get on it, Neil. Let's go. All right, 183 having a problem. So we got a couple outs right there. If we break below, I just put the marker down into 182. So let's see if it goes down another dollar from here. We clearly can see that there is some kind of resistance here. It doesn't want to break it. We just someone just showed up with some size. That's okay. Let's see if we go, man. Break through 183 and try to go for a little bit of a run, please. That would be nice. But here we go. Go, go, go. See? Go. Anyways, not going right now. All right, so BAC, we're gonna have to wait for that.
Gone.
Maybe if I stop looking at it, we'll do. So BAC not doing anything right now.
SMR 51.
Oh, SMR is 51. Okay, go. I mean, I'm just scrolling through trying to find some opportunities. Morgan Stanley up 6 is actually nice, right there. And then JP Morgan.
You got
yes, sir.
Meta's also green. It's just trying to break out these highs as well. So what you have happening right now is the market. The Nasdaq, I know when we say the market, it should be talking about the S&P 500 technically, but the Nasdaq's still rejecting 25. And as long as that's happening, you know, it's hard to get these fall through breakout plays. And SMR is kind of a different story, doesn't care. And AMD is trying. It just failed again to 25. So the breakout was good initially, and it looked like it had a second chance to go. But AMD just pulled back $2 and not looking like it's going to be a continuation off that 225. So in and out there. SMR still looking very, very strong. I don't know where to join this one. I've canceled the initial dip buy. There was never anything doing with a VWAP pullback, so we can throw that one out the window. Walmart still has a chance to fill me with an all-time high there for Walmart as that continues to rally. But the big story's got to be SMR. And what's NNE? I just hit NNE and then SMR stayed.
Yeah,
SMR
they're all
is so
probably
strong that I can't even flip away from it. No, NNE's not even moving.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say they're
Literally
all
not
probably
moving.
going.
Oklo, I bet you Oklo's having a big, yeah, there it is. Oklo up 10%, but SMR by far the strongest one.
Yeah. They like SMR, I think, because of the price, and it's a pretty.
It probably
cheap
has a
name.
better short float.
Yeah, there's a lot of traders I think that are long at pretty low prices, so they like to average up into that name. We're gonna have to get out. Like Nvidia, we noticed that there was some strength there. Sorry, weakness there, up at 183, lower lows, lower highs. So there goes Nvidia right now to the downside. We're gonna punch out of 75% of this trade. It's not. It turns out to be a loser, but thankfully we were able to get something out there on the high side of this trade. But here it comes right through into 182. You know, more sanctions probably coming on China. Not going to be, there it is, not going to be good. Well, did it even break there? Not going to be great for Nvidia. There it goes, now it breaks. So we'll have to flush down that trade. I mean, it just did not work out for us there on NVDA. I mean, look at the market right now. It was up nicely, and now we are, yes, Neil.
I didn't like anything short. That's the problem.
Right now. Yeah, the problem is I had, I basically had all longs. I mean, we're actually waiting to see about a crypto long as well, if we can get that. We didn't get to cover that there today. But I still actually don't mind this NVIDIA long. It's just a matter of trying to wait around for it. So we still do have a little small piece on, like I said, 25%
back above VWAP.
on. Is this? Oh, yeah, Coot. Yeah, some of those names. We can go have a quick look. Let's go over to Adair quickly, and then we'll come back and look at some of those cooking oil names.
Yeah, we've got the whole market dropping a little bit, but I do want to talk about Chinese ADRs, including Alibaba here. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Jameson Greer, again, holding this press conference, going to be taking questions soon. But before that, Scott Bessent making some commentary about China, saying that they do not want to hurt China, they want to help China, and they don't want to have this decoupling, but China is really not working with them. So some negative commentary on China here, and he's saying that if China wants to be an unreliable partner for the world, they will need to decouple. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, so COOT, which is Australian oil seeds, I had to look it up. I had no clue. 350%. It just closed above VWAP. So you know what? I want to nibble in front of 4. Lots of volume here. It's almost at 100 million. So while this has a crazy, it's up a lot, and there's a lot of liquidity going in here as well, I don't think we're at terrible risk of a halt given the liquidity. So I just nibbled in at the quarter, and I'm going to give it to $4. If this bar can close above VWAP, I think maybe adding in front of 4 is going to make some sense. But this is one where, like, you give it 30 cents, and that's not even a lot. But I'm going to give it about 30 pennies in here. If we can close above VWAP again, I take another shot at it. Under VWAP, I don't want any part of this story. I'll stay away from it and just try to find something else. It wasn't the only cooking oil name, for lack of a better term, that was running, but it was by far the most liquid and the highest percentage to the upside. So we're going to be on that. Just double checking on AMD. It dipped again, held on at 222. Might be able to get into VWAP on this, but the real crazy one is still continuing to be SMR. $53 now on SMR. And still going absolutely ham. Yeah, this is going to be the, just that train. I'm happy because I hold it in the long term. Then I'm asking myself, how far can this party really go?
Yeah, hopefully further. Let's see how far it can go. I mean, I'm excited for that as well. 247. Okay, so we're long on Google. We just took some out there for 20 cents. We're long at 18 cents. We're long at 247.01 right now. I'm waiting at 25. We actually did not get that fill, so we'll wait to see if that winds up happening. But there it is. Okay, there we go. We get the 24s as we go back over to a strong name, right? I mean, we liked Google earlier. Strong off the open does give us that pullback. We were looking for a 247 break. We get it. It goes up to 248.50, and then it pulls back, obviously, on market and China worries here again. So, yeah, we're still holding on to a small piece of Nvidia. It did get back into the 30s and then stopped again. So now that we've seen that, I think that that's just a decent area to think about. Just like, let's just get out. If it comes back up into 182.30 or so, we'll get out of about half of what we have, and then wait to see if there is going to be a higher take here on Nvidia. I still like a 183.50 break or so. Right there where the 200 period moving average is. I may even try a 183 long break if the market gets going, and right now it's just not doing that. But hey, man, we're making back right now with Google. Google will be a big trade, man. You know, again, it's not like a revenge trade or anything, but I was like, I got to go over to something that I believe was going to be strong, and I thought Google was that name, so we'll just take a piece out there for 30 cents. Still not really working out for us, though. And again, AMD and Nvidia doing its own thing. Neil's in that Coot, so we can look at that. Was in that Coot stock, I guess. We can review that. Oh, still. Oh, you know what? Look at the position
the position board's gone.
So my bad. I should have noticed that my positions aren't even on there either. Lithium of America is something that you guys want to talk about. Right now, that's at $10. Webull, nice call. Right there, $11.50. We have SMR on our mind. We have SoFi on our mind. $53 right now for SMR.
50.
Jesus, man. AMD $225 again. There's SoFi $28.57. So we like that a lot right now. But it's AMD and Nvidia right now.
If Bull gets to $11.50, that's where I was going to buy it. So I know it's not there.
Man, this China.
Yeah, Webull sitting at 73. The market really starting to take it on the chin a little bit here. Let's go over to Adara as we just broke lows in the Nasdaq.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know this Q&A part of the press conference with Greer and Bessent is continuing. And Bessent, when asked, do you think Trump will still meet with President Xi in South Korea, he said he most recently spoke to Trump yesterday, and during that meeting, he got an indication that they would likely still meet. So it sounds like this meeting could still be happening between President Xi of China and U.S. President Donald Trump. Back to you.
That's why
SMR just went $2 when it lost 54. So 54 to 52 right quick. Yeah, maybe we can get VWAP.
So
that's going to be
strength.
That's going to be a big maybe. That's the only place I'm looking to buy dip. Still holding on to Coot in front of $4. So that'll have to be what it is. AMD, oh my goodness, AMD came back. Oh no, Coot just lost $4. I look up at AMD and Coot loses 4. So I'm only playing this above the volume weighted average price. If you can't hold VWAP, I don't want any part of this stock. The gap is way too big on COOT, whatever the heck the company is. So back in 225 is back on board here with AMD. The continuation seems to be real. So with the market now battling back, I got to pick up some other kind of play. It's going to have to be, it might just be CoreWeave here as I see us starting to go. CoreWeave got news like right before the open. Yeah, it's just holding these pre-market lows. I said a backup play might be CoreWeave if I miss any of the breakouts in the chip space. So we're going to play this one off the low of the day. Always good to have a backup plan. And if you can find something that's only now breaking the trend instead of trying to chase AMD up top, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, good look on Coot. Too bad it broke that $4. We'll see if that can get back up to the upside as, more China talking, more crazier names going through. So, yeah, we were able to take a good advantage of that move up there on Nvidia. I think I'm waiting at 37 still again to get out of some more shares. So we did pretty good here, holding on to the last piece. Obviously, we got stopped out of 75% initially, but it wasn't horrible. We're still waiting for a take. I don't mind a 183 long if that does come in, but I'm trying to absorb some of this right there. All right, Google, I averaged it back in, but if we lose 246.50, let's go all the way to 246 on this one. We're not necessarily layered into this too yet. Okay, well, here's the move down. And look at the market. Whoosh.
Wow.
That's the problem.
What a reverse.
So, there it goes right now. Long CoreWeave over there, long Google over here. We're going to give this a 246. But yeah, there goes the market. Whoosh. All the way to the downside. So that was a good out there on Nvidia. All the way in the 30s. Again, we have a couple outs there. You saw me doing that live. But yeah, the market wants to fade out, it looks like, again here today. So watch out, man. There's a Bitcoin as well, 11.2. Coming back in on IBIT or BTIF, or there's a couple different ways you can play that one. LAC has now broken back down through 10 right now. So remember, Scott Bessent is talking right now, so you have to watch out on all that. Great little trade there, 10% on that one. I was just saying, like on Coot there, long 420 out at 4, that's like minus 7-8%. You just make it right there on SMR, but you got to try these names, right, guys? So we really do appreciate all these looks on all these different names as we're going to try to find good value for you. Just like LAC, man, like that was down 10% as well right now from the top. So there's a lot of names that are sort of kicking here back and forth. But for me, I'm in trouble with Google. Nvidia's very, very light position. We're going to try to hold on to this one for a minute, but it's Google that might break down at 246. So if that does break, then we're just going to get out and try to rethink about this short because, Neil, man, the market is not liking whatever's going on with China.
No, the market does not like it at all.
Right now.
Shout out to Down to Sky, 10-4-10. Made quick 10% on SMR. Appreciate you as well. STI did halt. I don't have a... Yeah, it's not on my halt scanner.
STI? It's
weird. Like, my halt scanner doesn't have STI on there. But I'm going to try and get some flat on CoreWeave. Like, that curl got maybe 30 cents in the money at best. At best. And the gap is way too big. If we lose 137, that's a $3 gap underneath. So, we're not going to get any flat. The funny thing about it is like the first position was long and it's the only one that worked. So 1 for 3, and AMD is actually still strong up here. It's the only thing holding up. It's just hard to hit that button up top when the market looks so weak like it does right now because we're just continuing to bleed. COOT's still underneath VWAP, so I don't know if I like that one as much. I want that to hold the volume weighted average price, or at least give me a real dip buy that we could maybe sink teeth into. SMR, that's back at the volume weighted average price. So this could be a little distinctly different if it gives us a nice hold of VWAP here and be patient with a bit of a rounded bottom, because this market not doing too well. Show me what's strong, everybody. Yeah, SMR is pulling back, but it's still up that 13% and kind of trend up. Apparently SoFi is doing well. Let me see. I just saw someone in the chat say SoFi is doing well.
Oh yeah, well SoFi we like that 28.
Yeah, but it's under. It just lost VWAP like a minute ago.
Okay.
So it just lost VWAP.
Okay.
Now, I don't want something breaking down under VWAP right now. I want something a little bit stronger than that if I can find it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get good news or not today, man. So we're not even really averaging into too many things here. I haven't even bought Nvidia all the way down. I'm going to wait for 180 at this point. You know, we had sort of marked that down as well. That was levels that held yesterday. And I think there was another day there that 180 looked pretty nice there on NVDA. So we're going to have to hold out that may come through at some point. Yesterday's big trade, yesterday's number one P&L for me was Intel, and that was a short. So right into there, it's funny because Intel's a name that's up today as you look at an Nvidia or an AMD, as Neil was talking about. Intel right now, nice move up to 3660, and then whoops, a nice little move back in again. I do have an offer on Google at above 50s here, so if we can get going a little bit, we'll make a little bit back on this trade, but so far not so good here, trying to catch some of the bottoms. Maybe Alibaba. I mean, if there's a lot of Chinese talk here today, if Alibaba can get back in, and it's too bad because my bid was still sat there at 152. It only got down to 156 the other day, and this could be a name here if there is some China worries that this one could fall back in just a little bit right there again. So our position board just keeps on flashing back and forth, but I still am in on some of these. I'm going to offer a little bit out just ahead of 50 on Google. Right now we're at 44s, so if we can get that, there it is. Just appeared back in there. So, all right, so I guess you're out of CoreWeave. I just don't know what's filling anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Bull, I guess, is the next one. You're on SMR right now. All right, I like that price, 51.50 there on SMR. So. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, yeah.
A quick shout out to Beta Pro by Globex, and exciting news out of Canada. If you're a sophisticated trader on this stream and you're looking at the Canadian markets and the US markets, then Beta Pro by Globex Canada, the largest provider of leveraged inverse and inverse leverage ETFs, has just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs. 3 times bull, 3x bear exposure to the S&P TSX 60, semis, and on U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they got a special rebate fee where they're dropping the management fees all the way to 65 basis points until the end of the year, December 31st. Plus, the U.S.-focused strategies have currency hedging, offering the potential for pure performance and exposure. So if you're a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca, 3x daily to learn more. And we'll learn more about SMR, as I did not get. Well, I kind of did not get everything on the VWAP there. SMR bounced into VWAP at 51.5. I grabbed out in front of 53 because the market looked weak, and I'm trying to get more at 51.50, which I probably will not now get. So I'll just go ahead and cancel that. It's different for me. Oh, frog in my throat. It's different for me after you get like the bottoming tail candle and then entering here and then just throwing an order in case it slams back down. So if it slams back down, I'll sort of play it by ear and try to find another entry, but I wait for it to make that bottoming tail. That's a confirmation of it holding VWAP. When it bounces the second time here, kind of get long back through, throw the stop there, that kind of a thing. AMD just broke 228 because of course it did.
All right, yeah, nice.
AMD is on fire.
Yeah, we're starting to get on fire as well over here, so thanks for holding that. But there it goes, man. We are now positive finally on Google. But who knows where this goes right now. Okay, there's apparently
QBTS.
somebody, people are starting to sell out some of their quantum plays right here. Someone sold out QBTS, we're just hearing right now, but that was a big volume candle, I guess, right there. They're just mentioning that there was some sort of a big seller there on QBTS. It looks like that was from 937. So we can watch out for some of these quantum names to see if there is a little bit of a pullback in the space. I don't know. The market is really starting to rally up. So yeah, man, thank you everybody for having a little bit of faith in some of these positions. Right now as Nvidia's battled back to 182 again, so we like that one. We did not get our 180 50s there, but it did go to one. Oh yeah, Google. Oh yeah, Google right now. Here we go, man. This is gonna be a big trade alert right now for us on Google. Let's just wait to see if it can get, yeah. All right, good move right here on Google. We'll see if we can get back to Greensville right now. There goes Google. It's only 40 cents, man, but we did have to hold this one against ourselves, which is not great. So this trade, not necessarily one-to-one profit, but it sure is putting profit on the board. Yes, Google, okay. A little bit exciting there for that kind of a play, back up to the upside now. And we did hold on to Nvidia, we did hold on to Google. And again, like, you know, trading doesn't have to be so quick. I mean, you can see I'm holding these on. As Neil's mentioned, man, everybody has different styles as well. But there it goes. Nice move to the upside right here. As we hold on to Nvidia, we hold on to Google right here as well. So starting to pay off a little bit here as the market finds its footing somewhere down near 24.9. Let's just wait to see, man. I mean, I'm just waiting for a positive statement out of Besant or out of the news and let Adair tell us that China's resolved, and then we'll get the move higher. But until then, yeah, maybe not. Let's go Google, man, putting us to where we need to be.
AMD just hit $230, so it's not the first time. The first time through it went like $1.50. The second time through on 225 was sometimes the breakout. The initial breakout is going to be like a muted move. The win's a win, but the second time through is going to be better. Any available dip, you got to zoom out to the 15-minute chart at this point because that 225 doesn't come into play. Like, I got to look right here at about 228.5 to 229. That'll be the next spot to look for a dip buy in AMD. And Webull, that was the other name on radar. It doesn't get down to 11.5, but the breakout on Webull could be incoming. It's at 11.90 now, so a break at the top is at 12. 11.99 is the current high, so it breaks 12, I go long. Still looking for that dip at 11.5, but I think the breakout could be coming with this market now back at the highs. So the Nasdaq about to take off the top. Absolutely crazy move, and SMR continues to fly. Yo, SMR back at 55.
Yo, big shout out to my guy in the chat. Yo, Mr. Gobriel, I'm going to assume that is the real one. This is not Sharif's mom acting up there. Thanks, Sharif. We talked about your morning note. We really appreciate that. And even though this man is not here today, still doing the best. Thank you for hopping into the chat. Mr. Sharif right there is here. So, yeah, we've got Obi beside us. We've got our good friend Joe here as well. Adair is on the desk. Neil's back. Here comes Google, though. Nice move, man. It looks like we're planting red roses right now as we did buy the 200 period moving average, man, on a stock that we like. So here we go. Google upside right now. That's $1. Here goes, Sharif. This is for you, my guy. There it is, man. Yeah. We've got AMD. We're on AMD, man. AMD was yesterday's #1 P&L on the show, but you know, today, man, missed it. I know Neil had it early, but there goes the move on AMD. Let's just see if Nvidia can catch up, and then it'll be kind of an oh boy right there. Sharif, you want me to spin it? Let's go one more time. Right there for Sharif, right there, his favorite thing. Thank you again for all of your work. There goes AMD, and here we go over to Adara.
Yeah, let's talk here about the fact that this press conference is over. I just want to let you guys know, no more press conference here from Jamison Greer and U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. It just ended. Market popping a little bit here. I mentioned kind of the main things to note. There was some emphasis on the potential of decoupling from China, but they don't want to decouple from China. They'd rather de-risk with regards to China. The other thing Scott Bessent said of note is that as far as he's concerned, and he spoke to Trump as recently as yesterday, Trump is still set to meet with President Xi in South Korea. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara. And just back to those highs comes the market. Look, AMD's might be pulling its foot, doing its first pullback since the open. So 31's just hit. 29, if you went back to the 15-minute chart, 29 kind of had a level, 28.5 into 29. So with VWAP so far away, gonna have to look for something a little bit in between, maybe I don't want to call it diddling in the middle, but that's exactly what it would be. Diddling in the middle between the volume weighted average price. Bull still hasn't broken out, but I don't want to lose sight of the other name on my list, which was Walmart. Walmart's only up 1%. Doesn't seem like much, but these are all-time highs for Walmart. Bit of a trend continuation play. Each dip has been a little bit of a higher low here for Walmart. The one concern I would have is if tech breaks out, Walmart can sometimes be a bit of a safety play. You got to be careful. Like, you might have this one go a little counter trend to the Nasdaq. For now, it's on trend. Do like it. Gonna grab it in front of VWAP here. Nibbling in 60s. VWAP's down in the 40s. So we're risking about 30 pennies or so on Walmart. If you're just tuning in now, Walmart had an OpenAI deal yesterday. This is just pure continuation. No news story today.
Yeah, I know. We're just hearing more downside risk, I guess, here. I don't know. We'll get this all talked about right here. So I'm just going to let Google try to go now. We still have a good position on. It's obviously going to be a big one there. We're going to try to let it go. And we also do have Nvidia right here as well. That it's because I have an offer up here. I got to get rid of these offers. It keeps on showing it as a sell short sell when it's not. So I had offers up there that would have taken me out. So unfortunately, I should have done a better job of editing those, but it's okay. They'll change over, just showing purple, that's all. So I don't know, man. Nvidia's really weak when the stock market is blast city right now, and I just mean the Nasdaq. Also the ES, both these names up 1%. I mean, look, Donald Trump gave us the all clear a couple days ago, right? And now it looks like we're seeing some of the benefits of some of this, and then he comes out and says that stuff about cooking oil. So we'll have to wait. Oh, let's go back over. I know you were in Coot long $4 or so. Now it's still at 4, so we'll wait to see if there's any sort of a move right there on this one. I don't know. Obi, what are you trading today? Obi, what are you trading today?
He's locked in.
I traded some SMR and some Walmart.
All right, he's got SMR and Walmart on his mind over here as well, so good job there.
Ooh, I like
Obi today, you'll be seeing him at around 11. Hey, there it is. Yo, what's going on, everybody?
Up,
Joe, you're on. What's going on, Joe?
Wagwan,
You have any trades so far today, my guy?
Yeah, brother, we've been trading
Omer, do you have your mic
that's
on?
the other one.
No, let's get off this screen and we'll do this in a minute there. Mic up, boys, mic up, boys.
Omer's the one that had the Novo deal. So Novo buying 340, I don't know, it's the total deals were like 2.1 billion in purchases and 340 million this year initially. It's only at VWAP now. What a crazy double top. Sometimes these make these highs in the pre-market and that's just basically it. But it's back above VWAP holding that $10 level. So this one could be a secondary push. That's a big time order, man. Like total of $2 billion. These guys, no joke.
What's going on?
I didn't know, man. These guys, so everyone's giving me a hard time in the chat. Like, I'm on TV. Come on, I gotta give him a couple seconds. But no Homer on Omer. But
yeah.
But we'll get on base there for sure with this one there, guys. One attempt there, and then we get right back in there, Katina, man. Get that move back towards the volume weighted average price. So no hesitation nation on that one there, folks. No hezzy there. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, thanks, Diana. Thanhanks for the kind words, my good friend. But yeah, the hezzy not there today. So we'll see what else we got cooking up. But yeah,
Obi, did you have that 50 break?
So 50 break long, right? But here's the thing. I like reversions, man. I saw that. I saw the run. The thing is, I had the long on Google. I had the long on watch, and I'm just like, okay, well, you know what? I actually was watching CEG. That thing blasted up before SMR or before NNE as well, but took that reversion real quick and was out of there. That 5-minute consolidation, dead volume, and then snap back up. Thank God. Great reason to buy. But I was short, so I covered. So you know, it's
well, that's the thing. Like, it's a great place to cover because it goes right into VWAP and then bounces.
Are you up on the stock?
Exactly. That's all you care about. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters is that you're green. We talk about that all the time, man. You can only judge your trading by your P&L. Okay, here goes Google right now, 248.25. This is a good P&L name, Mr. Roberts. This is now $2.30 in the money off of our post. So we're happy with that one. We're just struggling with Nvidia as it's not going. So there goes Google. Oh boy, shout out to Mr. Gabriel as well in the chat. Shout out to everybody. We're having another one here today. So thank you for watching, everybody. It's a fun time time here. I like that. We're not the Brady bunch. We're the Trady bunch. I saw that in the chat.
Bunch?
Shout out to over there, the Trady bunch. All right, let's go over. Is it a news desk type of thing right now, or you want us to still have some fun over here? Look at what Google just did on the chart right now there, Joey Options. There it goes, man, $2.25 right there, man. We're feeling pretty good about this. What's up, Adara?
I think so.
Nasdaq might have struggled a little bit right at the open, but coming right back up nicely right now to actually take out, even just slightly, pre-market highs. We did have some commentary coming from Scott Bessent, U.S. Treasury Secretary, and Jameson Greer, U.S. Trade Representative. Near the end of those comments, which have now concluded, Treasury Secretary Bessent indicated that there could be the possibility of a longer China tariff truce. Now, again, that was just a suggestion, but either way, certainly something to be aware of. Fed's Myron currently speaking right now as well. Fed's Myron indicating that there is a little bit more downside risk this week than there was last week, but that it still makes sense to potentially cut these rates now and get closer to that neutral rate. He also said that the labor market has clearly weakened, and we know the labor market weakness is a reason that a lot of Feds have given for A, the rate cut we already had, and B, cutting rates further going forward. Here is BIDU, Baidu. Again, a lot of these Chinese ADRs are going to be on watch with regards to the back and forth here with the U.S. and China on trade. Papa John's here as well, PZZA, giving back some of this gap up, but still green on the day. Getting another report here, second in 2 days, suggesting that Apollo has submitted an offer to take Papa John's private at $64 a share. Then DLTR, unfortunately this one giving up pretty much the entire gap to the upside after they started their investor day with giving some of their guidance, not only for this current quarter, but the next 3 fiscal years. Make sure to like and make sure to subscribe as we send you back to Sean and Neil.
Thank you very much, Adair. Appreciate you. When you second you said pizza was down, or sorry,
PZZA.
Yeah, it's PZZA, but it's obviously Papa John's. It was down. I'm like, oh, that's a dip buy, but it's not even down that much. It's barely under VWAP. If that fills in the gap, I'm a buyer of that stock because it's got the underlying potential of a deal. That's all.
Yeah.
You could get an announcement, and maybe it's like. There's an offer, but remember, like I was saying before, like an offer that is not accepted by the board is just kind of like, you don't want to call it hostile, but it's not going to trade up at that $64 price unless the board decides that they like it. So we tried Walmart into VWAP. It broke VWAP, but then it wicked VWAP. And then immediately opened back above the volume weighted average price, so I jumped back in the trade. As long as it can hold VWAP, I want to be long Walmart. Love Walmart in the long term. Maybe this catalyst was a little bit vague. I think we admitted that yesterday. Like, what's the substance? What are they actually doing with with OpenAI? But at the end of the day, momentum is momentum. So if it's going to continue its journey, then I want to be alongside on this bad boy. I'm still looking for Webull here. This is a long consolidation. It's kind of taken forever to break out this top. We can wait for it. It's like 96. I mean, it's just been chilling out here, taking that 12 break if and when we eventually get it, as this one tries to go. And then AMD is the other name. Now finally pulling back into that 229. This is where we want to grab that curl. Wait for it to get down here. There's a confirmation it's holding the 229. Going to hop right back into it.
All right, guys. We're doing it again, and the problem is we don't have SoFi, realistically. But right now we're 275 in the money on Google. Add the 60 cents on Nvidia, and now we are cruising. So let's wait to see. I'm still going to try a 183 break long, trying to take out VWAP right now. But it's almost like Google got a buyout offer right there. Nice move there. Straight to the upside right now for Google. This is really leading the way here today for us. Nvidia as well. Nice little upside take. And this is my strategy. Try to wait, try to make the bigger plays, hold on to them and see if it works. And we almost lost down there, man. We talked about getting out at 286, right? That would have been, at that point, about a 50 or 60 cent hit. That would have sucked. Hyundai P, right? But again, to take a 60 cent worth of shot there now to make 260, well worth it, but we don't have our full load on. We have right now about 25% left of that one, and we are pretty light on Nvidia. We got stopped out right there, and unfortunately, I didn't believe in it as much there on China worries. So Nvidia right now, we should have reloaded it down there or averaged into it a little bit, but we did dump out a 75% right here, and then now letting some of it ride. I'm going to go longer here, try to grab 1 unit on the break of 183, but oh damn, right now there goes Google, man. It is a big one here today. So 249.50, and again, like if you're looking for some trade opportunities or some trade ideas, just make sure you do follow right now. We put this up every single day. It's the sticky note. I mean, you can go back and look at it if you want to, but every day we have these ideas on there. There's the 247 long on Google as it approaches 250. The Nvidia was a problem. 185 is what got us the first time. Then the 183 does not hold. That's where we at right now. SoFi 28 long, that actually printed, but we never got filled. And then 62.50 right there for IBIT. We haven't gone low in Bitcoin yet. We're actually going the other way. So right now, the only two that, or we should have had 3 orders so far. We should have had SoFi as well, because we're going to go over to Adair in a second. But this is what SoFi looks like. I thought I had a bid down there at 28.15, but I did not. That goes as low as 28.10 there right now. So Neil's got Walmart. We've got Nvidia and Google 450 in the money. Walmart working out, or?
Oh yeah, it is. But if you ever accidentally get into position or do a keystroke error, get right out. Because the intention was to cover AMD, I reversed short accidentally and just punched out. Because I don't want to be short AMD. AMD's too strong. So I think I actually think I might have made a cent, potentially, because I just hit bid enter and then got filled. But it doesn't really matter. That's if you saw it flash. If you saw it flash, I did not want to be in that. We bought the dip in at 229, but that's back into the high of the day. There's the quick in and out, and then we'll play the next. Well, let's look for the next trade. Like the breakout for me, it was 225 breakout. The first time was good, not great. The second time was huge, didn't get it, so we waited for the next available dip to join the trend. Walmart's still holding on to VWAP for sure. As let's go back to Adair, I believe we have another update.
Ooh.
I want to let you guys know, Feds Myron, as I mentioned earlier, is still speaking, and I think some of the things he said as of late are very dovish, as he's usually known to be, and it's worth noting as we get this push higher in the market. So he's saying that he sees substantial disinflation coming from housing and coming in the future months, and he also noted that data is backward looking, and he believes policy should be based on where the Fed thinks prices will be a year from now. He also said that it makes sense for the Fed to cut rates 2 more times this year. So interesting look as well. He said there really isn't much pressure on wages, and that he does see substantial disinflation coming about a year from now. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Adara. It does look like Nvidia. We're gonna get off some of these tech names. I mean, all we're doing is trading the same names over here, but that's okay. I just trade whatever makes money, so hopefully that's some of these names for you guys as well. But here we go. Oh, that was Joe. All right, Joe. I like that. Right there, it's AMD is the money stock today, though, man, up 6.4%. Tesla trying to go $4.36, up a couple bucks. Right there, Webull hovering around 12. Archer was one, that Archer Aviation yesterday. Again, like what the hell is Brian Shannon doing over there? He called this one yesterday, up 7.5% today. Again, man, APLD up 9 and a bit. Oklo, SMR, man. I know Obi was catching the back end, but that's 53 and change right now, up real nicely. And very nice is Very here, VERI as well. That, where is NVT? Oh, by the way, we're getting long if Nvidia breaks 183. We've talked about that. And Google, by the way, is right now $3 off of our posted number, approaching 250. But there goes NVTS, man, another monster move today. The only real sort of gimmicky name, I think, was that one that you got into, that Coot today. But this is another one, NVTS here, just really starting to go and break out of yesterday's levels as well. Nice name for Novartis. This is not Novartis. This is NVTS.
Navitas, isn't it?
Yeah, Navitas. That's it. Navitas semiconductor name. So nice move higher right there. But look what's going on with Google, man. Still 350 in the money. We just got a great fill up there at 75. And there it goes. I'm not going to take a 250 break, but wow, what a move. I wish we had that crystal ball, man, because again, we wouldn't be here if we had really loaded up down there. But this is the style that I'm employing, and we're just got to do better on holding it at the end of the day. But crypto, man, real nice pull up there for IBIT. I wrote down 62.50, but that's not going to. Oh, wow.
There's no move off this 112 level. It's kind of crazy.
No, that's why I was hoping, like, if we did get a dip, then we could get it going on again.
Bitcoin doesn't want to do anything at 112. Like, it's fine to hold a level, which I don't mind. I really don't mind what Bitcoin is doing, because consolidations, if you're thinking long-term or longer term, this is fine. Like, consolidate off that prior high, do what you want. But for the trade, like every single day, you're looking for the jump off from here, and it's just not really happening. Like, play back into 116. That would be the way to go, at least for the long trades. So that's what I'm kind of hoping happens in Bitcoin. But until we actually see some real buy strength come in, I just have to wait and see. Just be patient with it. Walmart just came right back into the highs. So again, dips in the VWAP, took the L, getting it on the way down. Sometimes you want to let it dip first. That's the better way to play it. Let it dip, then go into the long side of the trade. Like, that's the difference between, that buy or in AMD. Like, let it dip into your level. There's 229. Remember we said 229? Let it dip into 229. When it confirms the hold, then go long. Right? Like, that's a better play than just sort of sitting at 229 and hoping 229 holds because it's a level you like. That's not the plan of action for me. The accidental short might end up working out, but I had no intentions on that whatsoever. So looking for the next play in advanced market devices. It's super strong. It's above that 225 play. I can slap a trend line on it now that's been holding. So just finally now with this point here, it's got a trend line that it can hold at 231. So that could be the next play here for me on AMD. So far, so good this morning. Let's go to Adair one more time.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know here, more commentary from Fed's Myron saying that he's hopeful to have the needed data in hand for the October meeting, but that he is willing to rely on the outlook if they don't end up having that data. As I mentioned earlier, he said earlier today that he already believes that they shouldn't be using backward data for policy decisions anyway. So interesting look there from Fed's Myron. He did say as well with regards to unemployment that he expects it to edge slightly down over time if policy is lowered, and that he expects to get to 2% inflation on headline PCE in roughly a year and a half. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Secretary Besson saying fentanyl is fixed problem with China now. So we'll hear about hopefully some good news out of China and those trade talks right there. But we are now emptying. We are unloading right now, not reloading, unloading the clip on Google because it's up to 250, man. And honestly, in my wildest dreams, like that was $4 straight up right there. And we did real good, man, holding until that level. So we were just gonna slap out a little bit more of Google down there to the downside. So we got out there. We didn't get out any on the downside. We averaged into it. We just believed in it. The 200 period is something that I'm always gonna trade. And there it goes, man, up again into 250, but we're just getting out and out and out of this name right now. We only have about 5% left, so big win there for me, obviously, and saved my day. Realistically, so that was good. Nvidia, we initially lost on it. We never took the 185 that we had marked down because that's where it opened. We like the 185 trying to break through it. It already did that in the pre-market and stopped at 185.50. So now we got to wait to see. I'm going to take a VWAP break right there of 183, but that one's going to be only one unit, right? We had about 2 units on the way down there, and we had about 3 units in Google. So that's why Google, is making it for me today. Again, missed opportunity on SoFi, missed opportunity on Robinhood. Both these names dipped nicely, and it's too bad because we did have the SoFi trade, and again, like Neil said, man, you make a keystroke error, but that one was just not getting long. I forgot to put the order, but there's still an error. So that's Robinhood, nice move here, looking to break through highs as well. But as we look at Robinhood, it reminds me, okay, there goes Google right now, man. Your $4 banger is about to be $4.50 because there it goes through 250 again, not again, for the first time today. So we'll get some out, we'll take some out at 15s there. And there goes Google, man. We flying, Neil, on this one. Nice move to the high side. 2 positions over here. Neil's looking for another one, but we've got it. It's $4 right there on Google.
Yeah, great one. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only a couple of stocks that seem to be leading this trend into the upside. It's not everything. So I'm watching AMD, and let's look for the next play in AMD. 25 was good. 29 was good. We'll see if 31's going to be able to hold anyways. Like, this was top of the list. And as long as it holds on to the trend, I think we still have a chance. But I don't want to forget about SMR for everybody. It pulled back into VWAP a little bit quick. Kind of missed that last VWAP entry. It seems like, look, it broke trend here. This is the only reason I'm not long off VWAP. Because when I slapped the trend line, it broke the trend line and is now holding VWAP. So it's a bit of a rule break to take that long. But SMR still looking pretty solid. I would love to see it consolidate a bit more on the volume weighted average price to get back into it. But it's AMD and Webull that are going to be on my mind As long as we're close on Webull, which I keep looking up at, that $12 break could come in. And when it's at 11.90, you know how quickly you can move that 10 cents and go into the break. So AMD continuing to lead the strength, 7% to the upside. If you like that break, it's filled in the gap, which gets a little bit tricky. Like so far, it's been a couple of plays, or it could just be one that you held the entire way if that's how you play it. But this top here at about 233 to 234, that's filling in the next available gap here on AMD. So there to there, and then essentially there to there is what I'm looking for. And AMD goes crazy. I don't think that's unexpected, the others, at all. AMD's been doing this for a while. It did it yesterday. It's doing it again today. And really, this has been the more volatile of the chip names. Yeah. It's not the biggest shorted chip name. That's still SMCI, which is crazy. Like the number 2 shorted name in the S&P 500 is actually SMCI. And we don't even look at that stock. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
actually,
go ahead, yeah.
No, I was going to say, like, it's actually up today. The day that this decides it wants to fill a gap, you want to have this as well. But it's not doing much.
So every day we got bangers on, right? Today we've got the $4.50 winner on Google. So we're here. And then this is yesterday's trade. Look at yesterday's AMD 216 is where we were long yesterday on AMD, and we clapped it out there at 223, our last little piece right there. And again, this is off yesterday's sticky note as well. And if you're just like, we keep on talking about trying to find out, what's going on with trades, right? We shout out Sharif for his morning note. I mean, there it is right there, yesterday's sticky note, AMD 217. That's what we had yesterday. We actually had 216.50s because it was right in the middle of this trade. And then there it goes, man, up to the upside there. 223, and look what's happening today on AMD, as Neil just talking about it right there. Yesterday's big trade of the day there, and here it is again. So we're up $18 from yesterday's level, but there goes Advanced Micro Devices. If I was on this name, we probably would still be long, just like we're doing right now on Google, but at some point, man, you got to start to think about getting out a little bit more. I'm going to offer some out there, get that 17 fill, and now we'll wait to see what winds up happening. Okay, now Google's going back into the 30s. I'm going to take another piece out right here. Again, pigs get slaughtered, and we haven't been too pig-like on this name, but we are now $4 in the money. So obviously that continues to work it to the upside right there. And we did talk about QBTS. We did have that report of apparently some sort of a seller that came in right here and sold this name down. Well, that was at $46. Now it's at $43. So some of the quantum names, let's check on Rigetti as well. Yeah, pulling back quite nicely right now on these plays. So I think there's a lot of love going into SMR and some of the uranium plays and maybe coming out of quantum. So you got to sort of watch out for that type of a switch right now.
There's only so many dollars for these runners, I find.
So many which?
So there's only so many dollars for these runners. Yeah. It's like they don't all go at the same time. And when you throw in a new sector in there with the soybean stuff and cooking oil stuff, and then maybe you just run out of space for quantum. Good for Martin Shkreli, because after his comments today, I got some empathy. I said when you weren't here last week, I said we haven't mentioned Shkreli once, but I said don't worry. When Neil comes back, we'll be mentioning Shkreli. There it is, boss play right now, because we like talking about that guy. Here's boss play right here. Last week, Obi gave me Amazon. All right. I don't know which way, maybe short. I liked Amazon 220 last week. We had some good shorts as well, so shout out to Obi there. And then today, Sean gave Google. You guys have changed our life, your life, through risk management and patience. There's nothing else, man. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. Patience and risk management, both of these things. You nailed the two top things right there. And then the next one is share size after that. So shout out to everyone on Trader TV Live. Forever thankful. A boss play, man. We are thankful for you watching us. So I want to thank everybody for all of that as well, as we'll get back into the chat. I mean, here's a good idea as well. I mean, there's that Google play that you're just talking about. So now we're 450 in the money. We were 6 in the money yesterday on AMD. These are hopefully life-changing opportunities, and we're glad that you're here with us right now. I said I wasn't taking 250 long right there, but this one definitely looks like it worked off of 250. So again, a missed opportunity not going longer right there on Google. But what we're holding even right now, wow, 250, okay. Wow, we'll take a 251.10 right there on Google. You're welcome, RR. You're welcome, everybody there in the chat, man. Look,
trading is first. Hosting is just because apparently we're pretty good at it. So I'm, trader first, and we really want to appreciate that for everybody. But here we go. We got a call for Adara.
Let's take a look here at these small caps, starting with OMER. Now, this one still gapping up quite significantly, though, did give up some of that move on the open. Novo Nordisk acquiring global rights to this Zaltenibart from Omeros, and because of that, OMER is eligible to receive $340 million in upfront and near-term milestone payments. Those could come up to $2.1 billion. Now, NVTS on watch once again, slightly larger market cap, around $3 billion, but NVTS here actually has a catalyst today announcing in collaboration with Giga Device that they're launching the Digital Power Joint Lab. Now with NVTS as well, you do have an over 28% short float. COOT, and this is a fun one here, guys. One of many names in this, I guess, oilseed space, for lack of a better term. COOT is Australian Oilseeds Holdings, just over $100 million market cap and a 4.75 million share float. It's a very small float. These names moving after Donald Trump's late day to social post yesterday saying that the U.S. is considering terminating business with China with regards to cooking oil and all other elements of trade. Now, this cooking oil stock's pushing higher as a result. I also want to mention here, too, Spence Myron making a couple more comments here specifically with regards to gold, saying that there are some geopolitical headwinds for gold, though he doesn't actually think it's going to impact the price. I checked GOL or gold there, GLD, and it's still pushing higher. So maybe irrelevant, but worth noting either way, he is still talking. And I do want to take a moment to thank our friends at Trade the Pool. Because did you know that instead of risking your own money, you can now trade with someone else's capital? No more fear of losing. No more moving your stop loss too soon. And you actually get enough capital to make it worth your time. So you can aim for big profits, not just a couple $100 a month. This is the revolution called limited risk trading, and it's powered by Trade the Pool. This is how it works. Join Trade the Pool, hit the profit goal, and keep 70% of the profits. Visit tradethepool.com or scan the QR code now for 10% off. Back to you.
Fear is not a bad human emotion. I remember that it was, I forget which IPO, I don't remember the name of it, the one that we didn't like, and I'm like, I don't feel good about this one, so I'm not going to take it. That was fear on a strategy that's been paying like crazy this year, but you didn't like it, so you just don't take it. I don't we have any IPOs coming.
Got one for you. DLFI.NQ.
Thank you, Randy.
That's okay.
We'll call it up.
We don't usually.
Randy, we got $5 in the money right here on Google, by the way. DLFI might not be.
You sure you got the ticker right? What's the company name?
Dragonfly.
DLFY it is.
Oh. FY,
that's why.
My bad.
Yeah. That's okay, man.
DLFY. It's still not in my drop down.
I don't even know if that is what it is. Dragonfly?
Are you sure it's not? Sure it's Nasdaq?
Yeah, but it was. No.
Probably not. It was probably Amex.
Yeah, I can try all of them if you want. No, it's not even popping up.
DFLI, it's right here. It's on the Nasdaq. It's $2.50. DFLI.
DFLI.
Yeah, man, DFLI. Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's why I said DFLY. But there it goes right now. Dragonfly. Nice little look there, Randy.
So what's the story?
Up 62%. Nicely going right there. Dragonfly. Storage energy right there. So. Okay. Yeah, there it goes, man. Thanks, Randy, for bringing this up to our attention. DFLY. If we zoom this one back out again right now, 260 in the money. 260 is the price. You can see up here, 450, 430. There is a lot of room to run, but you are running right now into some kind of support resistance right here at 250 on DFLY. So far, so good here, but look to maybe fade. That last time we had a huge move, we actually stopped at 270. So, could be a short off of these levels right there. So we did empty more of our clip out right there at 252. Maybe there is a backside entry coming for Google. I'll take out one more piece here at 18 if we can get it. There it is. We get it if we can get it. We get that easily right there on Google. So like I said, man, if you're doubting winners, yesterday was a big one on AMD. Here's another one here on Google, and Neil is in Weeble there. What's up, Adara?
Yeah, keep an eye here on IRBT. I know this is one that people were mentioning there on the stock scanner, and really nice push to the upside. I couldn't find any news on it from today or even this week. $151 million market cap and a float of 29.23 million shares, 28% short float for IRBT. Back to you.
Okay.
Thanks, Adara. I saw in the chat someone saying Mr. Patient Trader. It's just a matter of style. I think it comes down to like, you should have an entry and exit strategy for every single trade. Like the way I see it, and this is a simple one, I like it off VWAP. Does VWAP hold? I'm talking about Webull right here. Sure, it could break 12 still, and then I work that 12 trade for a breakout trade, but it holds VWAP. There's the confirmation. I get in on that candle. My stop goes to that candle. So once the trade is set up, then you just sort of jump into it. For AMD's purposes, though, like this one, as I said, it's kind of gone. I want to say it's gone all the way because that's sort of the structure. Like it went all the way. So 234 is kind of the highest target that I would have had on that 225 move. So without looking for a short, the next play is maybe you can scalp off of this trend line. And like that's about it. But it was 231 that I was looking for earlier, and now it's just way too high. Now you're essentially at the 234 resistance, so along at the top of the trend line is not going to make some sense for me at all. I might jump back into Walmart. I'm not completely sold as to where I want to get in because I kind of bungled it off VWAP the first time, but that trend continues going back into all-time highs here for Walmart. So Walmart's strong, AMD is strong, Alphabet's strong. Meta was kind of doing okay earlier, and now trying to re-engage breaking out. So this is where the strength is over in the Nasdaq. You got Meta a couple of points up. You've got, I mean, obviously we're showing you guys. I mean, Nvidia's up 1.3 and the market's up 1.3. It just cannot seem to break that volume weighted average price. And then a name that we did not talk about this morning, Apple up a point. Apple, what's interesting and why I'm coming to Apple now is just the 250 level. Like that's it. When I was scanning through some of the charts looking for the next opportunity, look at how much 250 stands out the last few days. And it's exactly, I mean, almost exactly the volume weighted average price is going to sit at 250. So I'm in Webull at VWAP, but I'm going to like Apple pulling back into this volume weighted average price. Doesn't mean I want it to go down because people could be long here, but ideally we get to play off this 250 level on Apple. I'm trying to find also a short if this market turns around, which hasn't found anything that I was in love with because I had no short ideas this morning at all. Usually there's something on the other side. There was nothing that I was thinking short on this morning, and if I can find something and we top out this 25.10 on the Nasdaq, I might flip into it. Adara?
Just keep an eye here on, I have another small cap, I guess, for you guys on the move. I think some people might be watching this already, but GNPX, Genprex, I believe this one's rallied in the past, just got a little bit of a push below that or above that $1 level. So this is a penny stock. Announced last night it's going to be presenting at the 2025 International Conference here on molecular targets and cancer therapeutics. So that presentation, I guess, on watch here. They announced that again after the bell yesterday. $30.57 million market cap. So just above $30 million market cap for GNPX. Back to you.
Thanks, Adara. Yeah, you were talking about Amazon. Yeah, like I had said, man, I like Amazon, but I like it a lot lower than some of these prices. So I think for me, I'm going to wait.
The earnings low is 212.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually where I'm
hitting. That's like $4.
In and around there, yeah. So again, it's just now taking out, I think it's 200 period moving average almost soon.
I mean, at this rate, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, man. It's flat.
Yeah, but with the concern I have with it is it's flat, yes, but at the low of the day flat, while the market's at the high of the day. I think that's the problem going on here with Amazon. It's just. And you know what? It seems like the money's flowing into Walmart and out of Amazon. I can tell you in my long term, out of these two, I'm making absolutely nothing. Well, it's not true because one's flat and one's up. So technically, I guess between the two, I'm making money. But compared to what the market is doing, you're making nothing as Walmart is up and Amazon is down. And I own about the same in the two of these names. Kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah, so Walmart, I think, is more of a let's buy the dip if there even is another one. And Amazon's more wait and see. But I'm not shorting low of the day, not with the market at tops.
No, probably a good idea. I was going to say, here's a daily chart. So, I mean, Walmart's not even really performing that well this year, despite it getting a nice bump right now. If you go back here and you talk about at the beginning of the year, you're looking at $91 to $109. So I guess that's okay. Nice 20%. I mean, but it's gained 10% in the last 2 days. So Walmart right there, nicely done. And then Amazon on the year as well. Maybe even down on the year. Here's 2025. Yeah, Amazon well down on the year right now. now. So if you're into Amazon only, then you're down so far, which is kind of crazy. That's why I was saying, like, you know, by switching over into the Nasdaq and things like that, it's really made my life a hell of a lot easier. That, you know, trying to buy dips and everything in the Nasdaq, then I'm not very stock specific. But this Nasdaq is about just over 10% so far, actually more than 10%. If you go 514 to 600, let's just say. So, you know, $85 on 500 right there. So, you know, the Nasdaq has really been pretty king-like, boss-like so far this year. All right, so we did get out of Nvidia there. Why not? It's not strong. We'll get out, man. We'll lick the wounds there on Nvidia and make on Google. So Google just continues to climb higher, man. Now 550 in the money. Like yesterday's turning point for AMD was around this mark, $5 or $6. I don't know how much more this has in it. I mean, the Nasdaq's now up 1.39% and absolutely ripping. And Nvidia's going the other way. I mean, my guy Marvell is having a good day today. I mean, Marvell up to $88 again, up about 1.5. It did get as high as 89 there at one point today as well. So do we know the next earnings release for BBAI? Let's have a quick little look at that. So that's a good question. BBAI. Okay, so calendar, we'll go into here. BBAI down today, it looks like. Aftermarket close, that's August. So we've already, oh no, that's, wait a second. Earnings. Oh, why is it not sorted by date? Okay, so 2025, there it is, August 11th, so that's what we've already had. So it's 11/4, so November the 4th. Right there's Big Bear AI. Oh, I can just look here, unconfirmed. So, you know, loss, win. They had only had one EPS positive right there, and that goes all the way back to 2023. This quarter, 2023, they turned positivity. So we're gonna have to wait to see estimated EPS. So they had lost a lot going back into there with a negative revenue growth as well. The reason why I did like it is we were growing. So last quarter was not great, gave us some buying opportunities there. That was August the 11th there on Big Bear AI. So if we just go back in, I think Big Bear AI was down to 850 again today. It did have a nice move higher. Yeah, 855 earlier, now down 2% as some money's come out of some of the names today. We've talked about that.
What happened to HUT today?
The 8th. Yeah, HUT was up to 53. I don't know. We nailed
55, 56.
That's for sure. Yeah, there's the earnings day. Whoosh. So we were at $7, and we did make that move back into 450, 475. So yeah, a little bit of a danger zone there for us if you are looking at Big Bear AI heading into earnings. You know, decent flush last time, so just be careful with that. But another great question from our chat, and another great out, honestly, on Nvidia. So yeah, there it is. HUT ate up 11% today. Okay.
12. So yesterday it was Eric Jackson essentially calling HUT his next play. Or, well, I guess I shouldn't say next because I guess he'd already be in it, right? So currently taking a position. He didn't say where, so I mean, who the heck knows? I don't know. Like, did he buy it?
He's long $35 probably.
Yeah, like, did he buy, like, did he buy like this kind of breakout, or did he buy it at 44? It doesn't really matter. So now it joins the army. It was the monthly chart that was interesting on HUT, because the monthly chart indicates that there's plenty of room for this to maybe squeeze some people more. I think the short float's still pretty good on HUT for sure, but wow, I was skeptical that it felt like top here on AMD. It just broke out again, just went 235. So this is now off to the races. I jumped out a few dollars ago, and it just continues to rally here. So AMD up 8% today on a day where Nvidia's at 1, and where I'm just trying to think, like Broadcom. Like, is there anything else that's even showing this kind of strength in the space? And Broadcom's up 4%, so kind of in between here at the high of the day, AVGO along with the Nasdaq. But then Broadcom just has a very similar chart to the Nasdaq, where it's at the highs right now instead of just breaking and continuing to go absolutely crazy. And let's just see what happens, man. At the end of the day, like, you have to look for what the next opportunity is. Apple, I was saying 250 I wanted on Apple at VWAP, because it's near the time of the day where I like these VWAP type plays after things have, in theory, calmed down a bit. Apple bounces a little bit higher, so it doesn't get to the volume weighted average price, up 1.5%. There was a small story for Apple I didn't mention last time. Essentially, they actually had growth in China, whereas Samsung and Huawei over the last quarter didn't. So their sales were just a little bit better. It wasn't anything crazy. I think it was just I think it was like 1 point growth, but considering that Samsung and Huawei didn't have growth, that does bode well for Apple in this new cycle. So things seem to be going well in China for the new iPhone 17. I can tell you all the reviews I've heard of good because my family is all Apple, even though I'm not, so they tend to love it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody has Apple, loves Apple. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. I think that name continues to be strong, and love it. Love Tesla. We talked about that yesterday. We got that grok mode going on right now. Look at Tesla right now, 440, beautiful upside. I'm going to try a long on this break, man. You're up 2.5% on Tesla. 440.70, I believe, is the high of the day. No, 440.60. Okay, I put a 440.70. I got to change that. I want to take a break long here in TSLA if it does take out that high. 440, let's just go 61s, okay? If it goes up there, it's going to get there very, very soon. So we're going to try this right now. We'll try it with like maybe half a unit or so, or maybe even less than that. Not going to be a huge take because we're at the highs, but we'll see if Tesla wants to continue to run. Look at it just absorb this 21 period moving average, man. Again, great, absolutely great opportunity here for TSLA. Yeah, when are PayPal earnings? Is that
great question?
Is that today or is that tomorrow? Right now, we'll look it up. PYPL right here. Tuesday, October
28th.
the 28th.
Yeah.
We still have a little ways to go, man. 13 days now for PayPal. We want to thank you for that super chat. And look, man, we've already talked about Katina Capital already gave the buy right there on PayPal, but it was about whenever that story was there with Google. So it had the huge move up, and now PayPal, I didn't even realize this actually, what a dramatic move down. I think PayPal is at, again, wait for it, a buying opportunity. I think you can get a chicken dinner winner right now on PayPal, man. I mean, back into the 50-period moving average. I like all this consolidation right down here on PayPal. I think there's room to run higher here. PYPL, as fintech is a little bit of a risk. I mean, obviously I understand that, and you do take the risk down here into $56. I don't think this needs to be a core holding for anybody, but I think that you can't do too wrong holding on to some PayPal, I think, at those levels, considering current valuation. And right now, there it is, man. Neil, it is now $6 right there as the diamond hands are coming into play here with Google. So far, so good right there on Google. We'll see if it can break a little bit higher. I'm just waiting for Tesla. I'm waiting for Google, and we're taking a sip of water right there. Shout
Always
out
got
to
to stay
Mr. Easy
hydrated.
Street.
I haven't had a single bite of my fruit salad this morning, which is kind of crazy. Because I did not like the breakfast this morning, which I always have. So I'm always a little bit hungry. It's not lunchtime just yet, but it is time to go to the desk with Adara.
Yeah, we'll take a look here at these sectors, which are really green, kind of the opposite of what we saw, I believe, at this time yesterday. Electronic technology, Broadcom doing great here, up 4%. AMD up 8%. Even Intel, sometimes the laggard in this sector, up 3%. So great look here for electronic technology. Not a lot of notable weakness here. Tech services the exact same. Microsoft actually relatively flat. But Google, Meta, Oracle, Palantir, IBM sharply to the upside. IBM actually catching an upgrade or a price target increase, sorry, this morning. And even App London, which has been a little bit mixed since joining the S&P 500. That's one's up today as well. Finance here, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo leading this to the upside. Morgan Stanley and BAC both reporting better than expected earnings this morning. Consumer durables strong, consumer services fairly strong as well. Health services looking pretty good. Energy minerals looking great. Retail trade, with the notable exception of Amazon, is a good look. And I'll end here with health technology because we do have some strength in this sector, led by sector leader Eli Lilly. But Abbott Labs down 2.5% on earnings. Back to you. And we're going to thank our friends at Woman Boss, because empowered women change the world, and you can help make it happen. The Woman Boss trains and mentors women and girls across Africa to lead, innovate, and thrive. Since 2018, we've reached over 10,000 women and girls. And your donation today can launch the next great entrepreneur. Scan the QR code on your screen now and join us in building a brighter future. Back to you.
Thank you very much, there. Actually,
turning here.
I think it's looking like it's turning. I was just, we were just talking about Abbott Labs, like a good company that just doesn't, it's not doing much of anything. But if you walk into a hospital that has like, just look at the company on the boxes of stuff that they use, and it's like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But good company, just not a ton of growth because margins are not always the best. But Amazon is getting it's just getting smoked.
Yep.
Like another fresh low here on Amazon. Kind of weird. How weak it is. I mean, I expected maybe retest that 200 period moving average, but on a day where the market's this strong, it just feels like it's not participating. But on this next available dip, Walmart goes right back into prior highs. So this is where my mind's going to go. If there's no Apple at 250, then there's your dip into the prior high. That's where we got out last time. So the confirmation of holding 109 is now in. I'm going to jump back into Amazon here. We get the teens, give it to this wick low, which is oddly enough exactly 109. And sometimes the even dollar holds exactly, and sometimes it's like 05 or something. In this particular case, it's exactly 109, the prior bar. So I'm jumping back into Walmart. This time I wait for it to actually make the bottoming tail wick. It's a bit far from VWAP, so I'm going to give it to that little 109 level, see if it can't play back into the high. If you're just tuning in now, Walmart, if I go too far back, that's not split adjusted. Now it is. Fresh all-time highs yesterday on that OpenAI deal or partnership, which is a little bit vague as to what they're doing with them, but Walmart's been on a bit of a tear for a while. So the bigger day yesterday, just a bit of a continuation play. Let's see if we can make that $0.5 move back into 109.5, and then see how far it can go from there. Relative strength, sort of, in the market, but it's been a pretty clean-up trend now for a couple of days here with Walmart, and just speculating. Amazon weakness, Walmart strength makes a little bit of sense. They're very similar names. And so when they're buying up Walmart, it seems like the air is coming out of Amazon. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon were to catch a bit of a bid if Walmart starts selling off.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real, that's a good call. I mean, no real surprise over there at all. Look, we were sitting here and I was like, I think the market's turning. So what we do when that happens is we turn bearish, and we got out of Google right there. I'm still holding a very, very small piece. Actually, I'm just going to get out right now. We're holding 1% left. That's it. So whatever your lots are, this would be 1% of that right now. So we'll see if we can get a piece out here, as I do feel like the market might not be turning, but I can end the trade now. It was a big one there for Google, and we did. There he goes. We get some out now. We're flat. So we're now flat, man. And yeah, we really waited. We got out a lot there at 250. Then, as you can see, we littered the top end of that, but that will now conclude the trade right there. And we'll say shout out to Brendo. And we will say all of Adara's hard work today. We will also say this.
Thank you very much, Adara.
So thank you very much, Adara, for that one, as President Trump also appreciates all of Adara's work. Okay. Right there. We do have only 15 more minutes left until the midday madness continues with both Obi and Joseph. So we say get well soon, Sharif. He's just feeling a little under the weather, and he'll be back hopefully in there tomorrow, as he is messaging me right now. We really appreciate him watching and all that stuff. So shout out to Sharif. Hope you get better, my guy, over there, the big dog of Trader TV Live. All right, so right now, Boeing. We talked about this with a possible China play as well for Boeing. So I actually, what was that? SLB? SL, was there a new IPO today?
Singer.
SLG? SL Green Realty Corp?
Can't be right.
A Small Global Logistics. Small Global Logistics. SGL, is that it?
SLGB?
There was just a new IPO. Yeah,
SLGB.
SLGB.
So just opened at 5. I have it up. It just opened. Yeah, it was no good.
No, well, where did it print?
I see 540 is the open, even though I don't have a tick there on my chart.
So
but
a global logistics company could run.
Yeah, the issue was at $5. It opened at 540, and it's right back into 5. That 5 even has some size on it, but not a lot of volume. It opened about a minute ago or a couple minutes ago, and it's done 350,000 shares. So very, very small volume on this. This cannot be a big deal if the volume's this low. So yeah, it might be a bit of a pass. But keep an eye on it. Like, I know some people like these, like the smaller IPOs. I don't, because liquidity is a bit of a concern. Like, if you take it long in front of 5, how and where are you getting out is always my concern with these ones. Like, when you trade Figma or CoreWeave or whatever, like one of those IPOs, you get it off the open. If your level breaks, you might get slipped, but you know there's only so bad it can be because it's doing millions of shares. This is still only done 400,000 shares. Since I've called it up, it's done 50,000 in the time I'm talking. That's literally nothing. Adara?
Yeah.
little bit more about this SLGB. I looked into it a bit. So this is actually a Chinese logistics provider priced here, their IPO at $5. That was the low end of the range from 5 to 6. They opened here at 540, so opening actually right in the middle of that range, but above their actual price. Again, as Neil indicated, super small IPO, raised $5 million, offering 1 million shares. Again, $5 a share. Not a super stunning performance, though, so far. They got about 4 cents above that opening price and then fell back a little bit lower. So that is SGLB. That is the new IPO. Again, this is a Chinese company providing logistics. Back to you.
Position alert right now. We got Tesla on our mind right now. We're just here at 438.30s. I actually missed 438 punch there. I just wasn't even really looking at it. Now we're going to be bidding 438.15s. So if it does come back in, we're going to take it. I just want to try this off of this level right here. Basically 437. Is that what? So that, by the way, thanks, Erie Pages. Yeah, my eyes are still okay. It's the one eye, right? But I'm kind of not supposed to be staring at screens, but obviously we have some hosts that are off and everything, and we had a lot of, last week was back and forth. So I wanted to commit to come in, so I'm here anyways, and we're happy to do that for everybody. But right there, that's 437. Okay, so we're just going to watch out. 437 break, and we're going to be gone. So very, very light, man. Right now we have a quarter of a unit. I'm going to put this in 436.99. If it does break, then we're going to be out of this one. We're long right now at 438. You can see right there on the chat or on the bottom. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to try to give this $1. I mean, $1 right there to the upside is 497. Sorry, 439. So we'll wait. If it breaks through, fine, we'll give a little bit back. I'll probably try. Let me put another bid down there. Let's go 437.40 or so. I don't want to be too close to. I don't want to be too close to 437 exactly, because what's going to wind up happening is it's going to just like whoosh down, and I'm going to get filled and then get stopped at the same time. So let's give this a little bit of room to work here. Right now we're long Tesla right here, quarter of a unit or so. Let's see what winds up happening with this trade. And the reason why I talk like that about the units is because I think it's very, very important that everybody understands what kind of risk we're putting in. Like trades that I like, I'm going to tell you I'm in 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, and trades that I'm expecting either bigger moves or letting this go out, I'm going to tell you what kind of risk I'm in. So right now, quarter of a unit into this one. Obviously, it's pretty violent. We had about 2 or 3 units on Google, so there you go. Just to show you, it's 1049 right now. I'm not going to risk too much here. But if Tesla goes, man, it's still going to be a good little move upside right now. There it goes. We're long here. 40 cents in the money. We're waiting for 439 here on TSLA. So. GH, that's a good question. So how much is a unit? That's why I talk like that. Everybody here has completely different unit numbers. So, that's why we just talk and trade whatever, risk you feel is appropriate.
Yeah, the important thing is your account is your account. What's your entry? What's your exit? Like, where's the stop? Like, that's the thing that matters the most in trading. How much does the trade cost you? And then everything else is just a multiplier effect. Like, if you're in at have energy transfer up because there was some kind of a headline just now. But let's say you took this breakout at 1686. So let's say you're long at 87 and you have a stop here at 1675. So your risk is literally 13 cents or 12 cents or maybe throw in some slippage, and that's it. Multiply that by the amount of shares. That's how much the trade costs you if it loses. So then you have to ask yourself, do that simple math. If it's, let's say you have 100 shares and it's a 14-cent risk, right? Then when you get out of the trade, you know what your cost was. It was, if it lost, it was going to lose you 14 cents on 100 shares. Did you make more than that when you won? And that's what risk to reward is, right? Like, that's literally what risk to reward is. So it's more important, like, where is your out? That's why I always try to, like, define the trade when you get in. Like, when I jumped into Walmart, define the trade. There's my entry, there's my exit, my take profits, first legs in here. Hopefully we can hold in for a high break. And then the same thing with Webull, which is not doing anything today. Webull was really good in the afternoon. Maybe it's just an afternoon play. Like, you did this yesterday, and I was like, oh, I missed the move on Webull and didn't trade it till the afternoon. But it's the same thing. Liquidity grab, hold a VWAP, and then it didn't really break out till late. So I'm willing to be in this one for a while, and also willing to add to it if it breaks out that 12. But then you jump in here, stop out at 80, and my average price, I mean, it says 88, but I mean, it's 88.5. I guess I must have gotten the 89s first and then got the 88s. I thought it was the other way around, but it's doing it the other way. So 88.5, risking about 10 cents, technically less than that. And we'll see how far this one wants to go. As Walmart's starting to go, market's not doing as much anymore, but you still have some of these trend stocks going higher. Adara?
Let's talk about money talks, but I also want to mention, I just saw a story at iRobot, and it's kind of an interesting one here. So it's not news per se, but I guess about 7 months ago, iRobot hired a new chief marketing officer by the name of Athena Kasvikis. So apparently she just did an interview with a publication called Ad Age that was published about 6 hours ago, and she said that iRobot is working on a major turnaround strategy. So again, CMO interview seems to be what's pushing IRBT to the upside, or at least giving it some positive momentum. That's the only catalyst I have seen, though, on IRBT. As I mentioned earlier, I could not find one. This does appear to potentially be it. Now, let's move aside from IRBT and talk about the US dollar, which is really kind of choppy here over the last few days. We've traded within that range of 98.80. We're currently there right now with about a high of 99.50. So fairly tight range here for that US dollar, but still, for the most part, maintaining that push to the upside that we have seen since Fed Day on September 17th. Now, commentary from Fed's Myron was certainly on watch this morning. He is not scheduled to speak until this afternoon. We'll get to that in a minute, but he participated in a CNBC forum called Invest in America earlier today, and that's where he made this series of comments. He said that he's not expected to stay at the Fed past January 31st, which is where the term that he took over is set to end. So interesting look there. But I think the other things that he said were of note specifically included his outlook for rates. He said it'd be great to have data for October, but that in general, he believes that they should be basing Fed policy on how they see inflation a year from now, not how previous data indicates that it's been. He also said that he sees 2 rate cuts potentially happening for the rest of the year. And he says in a year and a half, he expects headline PCE inflation to be at 2%. So those are some comments from Stephen Myron. But as you can see, he'll be talking later today, too, at 12:30 p.m. to be exact. Now, this is our daily Fed calendar. It actually hasn't been posted yet. It's scheduled to be released in about 10 minutes. So check it out on X at TTV Research at that time. But every day we have quite a few Fed speakers. I like to put out these calendars. From 12 to 1, we get 3 Fed speakers, Bostic at 12:10, the aforementioned Myron at 12:30, and then Waller at 1 p.m. Back to you guys.
All right, what's up, Waller? Yeah, there goes Nvidia, pretty strong, man. It does break through VWAP. We're still on this Tesla. We did get stopped out a little bit on Tesla. They're breaking 437, but we did buy it again just to see if it wants to work out right now. And that's the benefit of not trading with too many shares. You know, the stop out, once you get stopped out, you get stopped out. And we just talked about that risk versus reward. So we're back in this name right now. And yeah, man, great call there in the chat. Who was it? I actually missed this breaking through VWAP right now. I don't love Nvidia. I mean, we could have rebought it down there. I actually stopped looking at it, so shout out to Go Bills in there, and shout out to KYS is out of the office right here. You just mentioned that considering that Nvidia break, here it comes maybe. Yeah, so it's that maybe word that I'm with you on again right there. I'm not really sure about it. I think the market, now that it's underneath, we've just made a top again. We're at 25,000. I'm a little bit nervous. And I mean, oh, what the hell? We just got stopped out of Tesla again there. Must have just broke 437 again and then popped back up. Okay, well, we tried it there on Tesla. I'm going to try again. I still like this name if the market blasts back to the upside, but it's got to blast first. And right now, if anything, it's going downside. I'm going to try to hold this out then now this time until 436.50. I am sort of losing my way here a little bit with this trade. We don't need to keep on averaging into it, but we're not losing anything on this. And I think that's because we do have better risk management on it, and we do have some outs here on Tesla as well, back up to the upside. So we're able to get that out for a little bit of profit, then this out, and then now we're working on it again right now. Let's take if we can get a 60, let's take it. And then I'm also waiting here in the 80s. There it is. So we get the 60s now. Now we'll see if we can get back to the upside here. As we're just piecing away at this trade, I still don't love it. I just think that Tesla does have an opportunity to go back up. It's up that 2% right now. But before we forget, let's do everyone's favorite segment right now, especially Joey Options. Every time we hit this button, this man is in love with what's for lunch. So it is today, Wednesday. I keep forgetting. Okay, there we go, Tesla. I keep forgetting what day it is. Wednesday right now. Oh, no.
Tilapia. Well, you know it's fish. You know it's. Tell me it's fish. Tell me it's fish without telling me it's fish.
Today is lemon garlic. tilapia.
You already knew it was, Joe.
Lemon garlic tilapia, man. But you know what? The lemon garlic's much better than the Cajun. We actually had it. We had lemon garlic a little while ago. The Cajun to me was not the greatest, but we'll try this
Cajun
lemon
was bad.
garlic. Yeah, vegetable pilaf, roasted seasoned veg, and chef's choice salad right there for us today. So that is obviously there what is for lunch as we continue to watch out for this market. There it is, man, a nice play now as we get going. So there's the stop. I don't know what happened there. We just got stopped out like crazy on Tesla there, but it is bouncing around almost as if like a dollar just back and forth is nothing. And that's why we talk about risk management, right? Like if Tesla's gonna go back and forth a dollar, 1 unit for this guy's too much for that. So I'm not gonna do that. Like not too much to lose a dollar, but just too much to lose $1 in 5 seconds. So we'll have to wait to see what happens now with Tesla. There it goes, man. We just get a 438 print, or 437.95. So good little out there as we battle back on TSLA. Yeah, man, we never have halibut or anything. That the salmon has been pretty good recently.
They very clearly had got a lot of tilapia, the caterer.
Yeah,
and
they bought a shit ton of it.
Let's be real. Like they're just getting rid of the inventory that they happen to have. They've cornered the market on tilapia, and then we're going to get a bunch of it. And when we stop getting it,
tilapia market
I'll be relatively happy. AMD just continues to go. I'm a little speechless because I didn't think it had this much in it. It felt like a 25 to like 34 play, and now all of a sudden, there you can see it, 240. So I didn't think we'd be saying this, but I kind of feel like 240 is a short. It'll be basically, it'll be pretty much 10% almost exactly when it gets to $240. That's where I would look for a curl today. So AMD on yesterday's news is continuing to go higher. Jameson just said in the chat, can you look at ARM? You know what? I did look at ARM, and I'm really glad that I sold some ARM yesterday. Because there's something not right about ARM. ARM had a decent story itself, and completely reversed the move. I know the market came down late, but ARM was already reversing the move and then broke the lows. And with the market highs, it's right back on some of those lows. It's 1.6%, but it's not a good 1.6. You got the topping tail candle on the daily. I just feel like it's take some profit here, and then if we get back to the 50 or 200, buy back in the 10% that I took out. It's a hole in the long-term account there. So that's my thoughts. For whatever reason, it's just a little bit weak today, and I'm not going to mess around with it. Walmart just did a bit of a, okay, it can't seem to break 109.5. So I'm going to reload it. Maybe I'll give it one more shot off this 109 before I'm now waiting for VWAP and see if I can't reload it in front of 109, get filled at 109.5 or in front of 109.5, and then just sort of play the trend back upside. And if we break 109, I'll wait for the volume weighted average price a little bit lower. Webull still doing exactly the same thing. AMD we just went over. There was something else I was going to get to. Oh, it was Apple.
Webull? Oh, yeah, I said Webull.
Yeah, it was that Apple. It didn't quite get to 250, but VWAP's a little bit above 250. So I don't know if I'm going to just punch in and chase this. Maybe give it one more chance to trade a little bit lower, but Apple up 1%. Not as much as the market, but I do like that VWAP hold on Apple as well. It's already past 11 o'clock.
Google is pulling back nicely. So a couple good outs there on Google. I mean, like Neil said there, I don't know how much AMD actual move was. We got $6 on this yesterday. And today's move, 222 to 236, 14. Yeah, exactly. So really extending there.
You know what's crazy about this?
Yeah.
It's like at these prices, like the valuation gap between Nvidia and AMD just keeps on widening. AMD was already more expensive on a PE basis than Nvidia, and that's only growing. So clearly, people like this in AMD growth story, and they're betting on the fact that we're going to see some real performance in terms of revenue growth in the coming quarter. So all of a sudden, they got a target on their back the next quarter for their reporting.
Yeah.
They got a lot to live up to. But we got OB filling in for Shreve. Get well, Shreve. Thanks for coming in the chat. And Joe. Both of them locked and loaded. We'll be back at 2 o'clock. Enjoy.
Go ahead, you come in like this here.